Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, whichever it may be for you. This afternoon, aka this morning, we have Blue Collar in the upper right, and we have the one and only Coin Cutter joining us. Thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciate it. I know you are a busy man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, it's certainly a busy period at the moment.
So
And
is that your office there? Do you have a storefront like for
No,
selling?
this is my day job office. So this is where I work in Monday
okay.
to Friday. Yeah, this is not my coin office. No, so my coin, I've got no office or shop front. No, it is just sort of in the shed working.
Yeah,
I don't really need a lot of kit or a lot of anything really. It's just sort of a desk, some hand tools, and a chair and some cameras. That's it.
and some patience.
Yeah.
a lot of patience. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I was watching your videos and how you cut and the blade is so thin. And one of the questions that I had for you right off the bat, and I'm sorry, Vegas, you probably want to call out the chat. Why don't we do that first? And I'll get to that question.
Right. We got a couple guys from the UK and a couple guys from, is it Japan? I think Jamie Frost is in Japan. We got Sandy Millington, Kevin Hawthorne. Thank you. Jamie Frost. I believe Jamie is in Japan, if I am correct.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm correct. Jesus, welcome in, Jesus. You're a busy man. You're always working as well. The Digging Granddad. I am not familiar with you, Digging Granddad. Welcome in. Scotty Aquati, good to see you. Chris in Virginia, awesome to see you as well. He's listening in mobile, as I'm sure he's working as well. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas is here joining us right before they cook some breakfast, I'm guessing. Sandy says one afternoon at any morning and one evening. This is an international chat right here. Yes, it is. Very cool. This chat is like my foreplay through the Stacker channels, the Stacker chats, Stack chat. Yep. All right.
We're all around the globe right now.
Yes, we are. Very nice. Bellows Forge, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Go ahead, Blue Collar. Ask your question.
Oh, okay. So here's my question. When I was watching the videos and I saw how, aggressive you get with the saw, my question is, how many blades do you go through on a project?
It's very different. It varies. So sometimes I can do maybe two jigsaws with one blade, and then other days I can do 10 blades on one jigsaw. I don't know. It all varies. Like last night, I was really rushy and I was working against the clock. I had a lot of coins to cut last night to post today, so I seemed to snap a lot of blades last night. But I think it must have been because I was rushing, so applying probably extra pressure because I wasn't relaxed. So it varies. On a good day, very little blades at all. On a bad day, a lot of blades. But they're not too expensive. But it's just time consuming when they snap, because it's not just a case of, it might be a case of putting a new blade in. But as you can imagine, like on your coin there, Vegas, it's one route from the start to the finish. So if I break it at the top, I've got to start again. I know I've not got to cut it, but I've still got to edge the blade and get it back to the position where it just snaps. So it's a bit of time consuming when you snap a blade. It is frustrating. That is the not so good side, but it happens. And but other days, you can use one blade and it can just keep going, and it can, you can do two coins maybe. So
yeah, because I can see where you started down here, and I can see like what you said. Like let me use a pen. Here we go. I got this. So you started down here, but then like if you snap it, then you gotta start back down here, and if you're in the middle up here, then you gotta wedge it back up there.
Yeah, because sometimes you can sort of because with the saw, your blade, you tighten the blade at the top and the bottom, so you sometimes can poke it back in the slit of where you finished off, but it's very hard to tension the blade then, and you end up with a bit of a sag in the blade if you do it like that. So I prefer to put the blade in with tension and then go back in the cut and follow it round. But it is time consuming. Yeah.
Sandy Millington says he's even more impressed with Coin Cutter now that he sees you're 14 years old.
I'm just looking with these wrinkles. I'm surprised with these wrinkles I keep seeing on the camera. I'm surprised you think that, Sandy, but thank you, mate.
So if anybody in the chat has any questions, feel free to ask. So do you have any questions for us? I don't want to just hammer you with questions. That sometimes that is not so much fun. even though we do have questions for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Let me think on that. 'Cause I haven't actually
sure.
prepared any.
I have a
Let me-
question if you want.
Yeah.
I'll throw one back at you.
Yeah.
So are there any automated options? In other words, like a scroll saw type setup? Because when I first saw your work, I just assumed right off the bat that it was water jet
Yeah.
because it was so clean.
Yeah. So possibly water jet, but I wouldn't have a clue on that. And I have tried the scroll saw, but it's just too much action on the scroll saw. It's too much action to control. So possibly there is out there, but I'm not really searching for anything different because I want to keep that handmade, unique approach sort of thing. I imagine there is easier ways, and you probably could use a water machine that probably cut a lot of coins in minutes. But then I think that I wouldn't be true to what I want to be if I did that.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
and that's a huge investment as well.
Yeah. So I mean, surely one day as I get busier, maybe I will need to find a way to quicken things up. But I think there's other ways to make things quicker than that. I still want to keep the cutting as original as I can.
And it would take away from the uniqueness. It is. I reached out to you and I said I was looking for one of your pieces, and then you said this one was on Stacker Social, and I saw it. I'm like, man, I had to have it. It's an American piece, and the coloring to it and everything it's like very unique, very awesome. I like how with you can still get the. It's hard. Might have to turn it light. That might be too much light. You can still see the eagle. I like how the eagle still stays, and that just happens to be just like it fit in there just perfect with the way the cutout was.
Yeah.
It's a nice coin. I was proud of that coin, and I've done a few since. And I was just telling you before we went live. I did one last night that turned out really blue. It was a lovely color. Like yours is sort of purple, but if you get in the right light, shines a bit of blue. This other one was all blue, but if you get in the light, shines purple. That was totally by accident. I don't know how I made the blue, but maybe just left it in for a different length of time. But it really did look good. But just like yours does. I really like the colouring. And I like if you can keep I like the fact that if you can keep some of the coin shiny silver and some of it coloured, it makes a nice contrast and it makes it stand out.
It is a very, very unique aspect of it. What do you use to tone it? Is that just
Sulfur.
liver of sulfur?
Yeah, liver of sulfur, yeah.
Liver of sulfur, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've had some bad times with the liver of sulfur this week. Yeah, I had a bad. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos, but I had a real bad week this week. It was like I've had my best week in some ways, but my worst week in others, and it was purely down to the liver of sulfur. I had an incident with it. I had a lot of coins to get ready, so I had a bit of a backlog. So to try and be clever, I tried to jigsaw all the I jigsawed a lot of coins at once and then did the toning. Whereas sometimes if I'm not in a rush, I'll jigsaw one coin, I'll tone it, and then I'll jigsaw another coin, and then I'll tone it. But I was trying to, get ahead, so I jigsawed all 6 coins, and then I put them in a liquid, in the water, about a half inch of water, ready to put the sulfur on them. And what you should normally do is put the liver of sulfur in the water, mix it up so it's diluted, and then you put your coins in. But my thoughts with that was, well, I was trying to put 6 jigsaws in piece by piece. I thought by the time I get to the last one, the first one's going to be changing colors already, and I want them all to be the same. So I thought, put the water in first, then put the coins in, and then tip the sulfur on it. When I tipped that sulfur on it, it sort of hit the coins in areas before it had time to mix in with the water. So it was like pure liver of sulfur hitting the coin. So it left a real pebble dash effect, and it ruined them whole 6 jigsaws. So yeah, it was a tough lesson to learn, but yeah, I've learned, and I won't do it again. And it sort of gave me a lot of doubt that maybe I can't do it anymore. You get all them thoughts creeping into your head. But sort of come the end of the week, I tried again, and yeah, I'm fine again. And last night I was back to sort of doing 2 or 3 at a time. So I've learned my lesson, and I'll never do it again. But it was a hard one to take.
Can't you like clean them with like EasyEst or something and do it again, or no?
Yeah, so what I did was, this is what I did do. So after I'd toned them and they'd gone pebble dashed, I then decided to clean the toning off with some silver polish. But, you imagine polishing a coin, it's not that hard, but polishing 9 individual pieces of a coin is quite hard and time consuming. and I had 6 jigsaws. That's like 54 pieces I had to do. So I did do this, and I spent several hours trying to strip them back down to silver again. But they never came back with their full shine that they had before. So I went for that process, got all the toning off. They were still silver, but not as shiny as before. And then I went for the toning process again. And they did tone, but I just wasn't happy with the colors after I'd gone through that. So the colors just didn't turn out as well as I'd wanted. And bearing in mind, I'd made a coin that was perfect at the last weekend, and I'd advertised this coin, and a lot of people had made an order based on this coin. So I didn't want to sell coins that weren't as good as the one that I'd advertised. So although some people would say, oh, they're still good, they're still okay, I wasn't happy with them. So I've given them to a friend who is a bit of an expert in toning, and he's working on them now. He thinks he can restore them or make them into something nice. So I'm lucky I have Michael as a customer and turn into a friend, really, and he's very helpful. So hopefully he can restore them in some way.
I mean, I guess the worst case scenario, you can send him off to Silver Punk and he can make you a nice board piece out of them.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Let's see what they come back like. But at the minute, they're not in my possession. So,
how many pieces do you do a year?
Well, I've not even been operating a year yet. I think I started operating last November, and that was the first time I'd ever picked a sauropod or tried to cut a coin. So I'd been collecting coins, silver coins, longer than that, but I was not really wasn't really in groups like Stacker Social or anything like that. It was just something I would buy every now and again, put one in the safe. But the cutting, that only started last November, so we're not quite at a year yet. So this week, for example, I've probably had, sort of 20 coins to cut, which is quite a lot. That's what I'm saying. It was like one of my best weeks ever in terms of orders, and then I made a mistake that made it one of the worst weeks in a way. So, orders are going good, and I don't know where we'll be at the end of the year or where we'll be next year, but I hope to keep growing.
Yeah, it's just growing pains. Everybody goes through that. I've done jobs. I build homes for a living, and I've done jobs where I did, put a kitchen in and measured something wrong and had to pull it all out and start over.
Yeah, and then you start doubting yourself, don't you? You start thinking, you start questioning all your decisions when you do it again.
Yeah, the first couple times you do, but then after a while, you don't beat yourself up, and you just, you put it behind you and you move on.
I think I've put it behind me now on it, and because I was able to recover and get all my orders out, but I had to work late into the night last night just to catch up, and a few nights this week just to catch up. But you do learn, and sometimes I think when you come out the other side, it's quite humbling, and you feel quite proud that you went down and into the depths, but you came back. So I think you need that.
It's a character builder for sure.
You can't always be riding on a high, can you?
No way.
And I guess it's like an artistic aspect too. Like like you said, somebody might say, yeah, that's fine, that looks good, but then the artistic aspect of it is just like, no, that's not how I wanted it to be. I don't like it that way. So the struggle there, I could imagine, gets tough.
Because a lot of people said I would still buy them. I did post some content on it, and a lot of people said I would still buy them. Can I buy them if you still got them? Another guy was saying it's still a coin cut a piece. I still want it, it's still a coin cut a piece. I like the colors on it, but it just didn't feel right to me. I didn't want to send it out and not be quite happy with it.
Yeah, that's like reflecting back, like what Pit Bullion said. We had Pit Bullion on a couple of weeks ago, and he basically said he's super picky, and if he wouldn't buy it, he won't sell it.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep your standards up, man. That's good. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want someone to receive something, not be overwhelmed with it, and then just sort of think, oh, it's okay, but it's nothing special. I want the wow factor. I've got to try and deliver the wow factor so that person wants to get another coin down the line.
Exactly. Yeah.
You definitely did. When I saw this, and when I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I want that. But then when I got it, I'm like, holy smokes! I'm like, it's awesome. It's awesome work that you do.
And it's a privilege to be able to send that back to the US as well. That is where it should be. It's nice. It's a nice story that it was, brought here, cut here, and sent back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when I saw it, I'm like, that's just. I told you, I reached out. I'm like, I was looking for one of your pieces, and then you said that one, and I'm like, like you said, it has to come back home. I'm like, it has to come back to the US. I'm like, couldn't be a more fitting piece.
Yeah.
And I see we have BBA in the chat, Blistering Barnacles Adventure. He recently picked up your Una and the Lion, and I was in there on that auction, and I was so close to sniping him out of the way, doing a little Ian Attenbury, but I was like, no, I'm like, I'll let BBA get a piece. I'm like, I just got a piece. I think it might be a little bit of an addiction. I'm gonna have to be careful.
That must have been tough. That must have been tough for you because I know you don't like to lose.
Well, that and I have Una and the Lion. I have one of the 1 ounce ones, and then I have the 10 ounce.
Wow, is that a 10?
Yeah.
I've never seen a 10 before.
Yeah, this is the 10 ounce.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
You gotta cut you one of these. Look at it.
Yeah,
Nice
I have.
and thick.
I've never seen Una. I didn't know there was an Una and the Lion 10 ounce. I really didn't.
Yeah.
What's hard about the Una and the Lion though is that real shiny mirrored finish it's got.
Yeah.
I find that really quite risky to work with because I might use a soft brush sometimes to brush off the dust when I'm cutting, so I can still see what I'm doing. And it's that mirrored finish. It still leaves a bit of a mark where you've brushed it. So it's sort of so reflective or so shiny. It's hard to keep that pristine.
I got a question for you. When you start a piece, do you weigh it before and after? Like, do you figure out how much actual loss there is?
No, I don't. I have done at times, but I sort of know roughly. I would guess that one if you're about to weigh it now, Vegas, I would guess it's lost probably a gram. Maybe
I just
two,
got the scale too, so I was wondering.
You got a scale. Good for you.
30.1. So not much.
30.1. So you lost 1 gram.
Yeah, that was a good guess. Because I know a jigsaw that loses about 2 gram, but there's a lot more cutting involved in the jigsaw than there is in that eagle.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
And that sort of brings it to Matt Wingate. He says, do you change design on each coin or keep them the same? Example, the American Eagle.
So for the American Eagle, I've done a few different designs. When I'm doing that one that you've got, I mostly keep it the same, but sometimes I'll get a new idea and I'll sort of focus on the new idea and stop doing the old idea. So it will change from time to time, but I really, until I find that what I maybe think's perfection, but I am really happy with that one that you've got there. Like, yeah, I've jigsawed an eagle before, and I don't think it turns out as well, the eagle jigsaw, but the cutout and the tone-in frame does.
So you've done it where the eagle is what you featured on the
I've done it where I've jigsawed the whole coin, so it's like a jigsaw puzzle, like I do.
I'm sorry. I was curious if you've ever done a cutout where you're not focusing on the obverse, but the reverse.
No, but when I get an idea like that will stay with me now, and I will try that at some point. Because I don't know why I haven't tried that. It's just not entered my mind yet. But yeah, great idea. I need to do that. That's the next one.
I might be your first customer on that.
Yeah, okay. I will certainly do one of them. It's more just ideas because sometimes sometimes when your brain's quite active, I can just sit there and think of a great idea. Sometimes I can't, and I'll carry on doing what is already selling. But then I'll have a day where I'm just thinking of ideas and new designs, and you just have to keep trying the new things all the time until you're I don't know. There's so many possibilities to exhaust, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Like you've just come up with a whole new idea there of a whole new range of coins that I've not done yet, and
that would look so cool right next to that piece, right? You put it in.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'd make a very good pair, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah. Excellent.
I'll get trying that.
I might be outbidding you on that one there, Blue Collar.
Come on, I get first crack. I came up with the idea. I get the first crack at it.
I cut my last eagle last night, so I'm sure I've not got any left at the minute. So I need to buy.
I'll send you one.
Yeah, I do need to buy some of them.
You also do custom work, right? I saw you had somebody send you something from the US and it ended up being copper.
Yeah, that was another lesson to learn. That was quite sad for him. Yeah, he'd spent a lot of money on the coin initially. He'd since paid the money to post it to the UK. He'd paid me the money to cut it, and then he had to pay for it to be posted back to the UK. So it must have cost him a lot of money in the end.
That was a maple leaf, right?
Yeah, it was a maple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first encounter I've had with a fake coin since I've started cutting. So I was just thankful it wasn't one of my own.
You know, it's amazing. I do watch your stuff, but I wasn't subscribed, and I don't know how the hell that works out because I always see your stuff. You're in my algorithm, and I watch your videos, but I wasn't subscribed. I mean, I told you that in the comments, but
Yeah. I find that, I find that sometimes when you look at the analytics after, most of the views on and likes are not from your followers. It's like your followers don't even get to see the video sometimes. But like you say, when you're not following me, you're seeing my videos more.
yeah.
It's a hard algorithm that I don't think will ever work out.
Well, I fixed
YouTube,
it, so we're sub now.
Yeah,
YouTube is a funny YouTube is a funny beast in itself.
Definitely.
Now you do have your own website, and I have been
Yeah.
on your website. I just posted the website if you haven't been to it. Coin Cutter's website. It is you have a lot of stuff on there, which is very cool. A lot of your work.
Yeah, the website, I have had that website ready for maybe 3 or 4 months, but I've only gone live with it this week, and I don't know why. I don't know what stopped me, but there was some times when I wanted to make, I wanted the website. Sometimes when I didn't. I don't know if I'm fully happy with it now, but I thought I cannot just keep paying for the monthly subscription of having the website and not having it live. So I've gone live this week, and I still don't know if I'm happy with that website, but it's there. It's got some of my products on, not all. But I just think now it's open. Hopefully I can build on it and keep shaping it till I get it to where I'm totally happy with it.
Yeah, it's always going to be a work in progress.
Yeah.
Now, so that guy, he still went ahead with it, had you cut it, and even though the piece was fake, and send it back. I mean, it's still a coin cutter piece. Why not? What the heck?
Yeah,
now you got a copper one.
When it was on display, you couldn't tell, and he didn't just send me that coin; he sent me several coins. So there was only, he obviously wanted them all back because the others were silver. So it was only that one out of his collection that wasn't.
Was he still a satisfied customer? I mean, that's not your fault.
Customer, yeah. I think he was a little bit disappointed with his purchase, but he was a satisfied customer.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
You have to feel a bit sorry for him in that scenario.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. But that's sort of on him, and I imagine he was bummed that he ended up buying a fake piece to begin with. But that's a rough one.
Now, did you say you sent it back to him?
I did, yes, yeah.
I wonder why bother? I would have just thrown it away.
Yeah,
I would have told him to throw it away.
I sort of said to him, it still makes a nice display piece. If you're going to put it on display, no one, if that's how you want to display your coin, then no one's really going to know except for you.
Oh no, that's true. It was already cut. I'm thinking that you discovered that it was fake before it was cut. Yeah.
No, it
was like part of the way in, right? How far in were you before you discovered it was fake?
Well, I think I was sort of not even a quarter of the way around, and I knew something wasn't right. The dust I was polishing off just wasn't the right color. But I wanted to carry on with the cut because I knew when I took the maple leaf out that I would be able to see the sides of it, and then I would know for sure. But even though I knew for sure in my head, but I wanted to clarify. I thought I've got to I wanted to get to the end and be able to show him what it looks like, but look in the inside, it is not real.
But then, like you said, he already had other pieces coming back anyway. So at that point, it's getting sent back anyway with the other stuff. So why not? Why not finish it? It's just a matter of paying for your time to have it finished. But it's still a coin cutter piece, and now he has the first fake copper coin cutter piece.
Maybe I should have done him a certificate of what's the word?
Authenticity.
Authenticity with that.
Yeah. Nerd UK says, "What's the smallest coin you have jigsawed?"
The smallest coin I have jigsawed is a 1/10 Britannia. And
whoa!
I said, I've not got one on me, a jigsawed one, but I have got some work that I did with a 1/10 Britannia here. That is a 1/10 Britannia there.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the smallest I've worked with, and I have jigsawed it. I think I did it as a 4-piece. So I did it as a 4-piece. So it was still quite hard to work on, but very thin. So you imagine how quick you're cutting through them. They're not thick like the 1 ounces. So hard to grip and hard to maneuver around, but quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be tough, and that answers my next question, which was, have you ever cut a Britannia? Which I know you did anyway, but
Yeah. Yeah, plenty. That's where I started, really. That was the first silver coin I think I practiced on. And that is my main one, because over here, that is the most popular, I would say.
yeah,
Easy to get hold of, probably fairer price than some of the more rarer coins. So, yeah, Britannia's every day.
I think I saw in one of your videos how you got the inspiration. Was it from you saw like a piece that was cut behind a counter of like an antique show store or something, was it? Am I
No.
correct?
It was I was on a vacation. I was on a port day off a cruise in Lisbon, Portugal. And there was a guy sort of sat on the side of the road with a stall, and he was sat there on a stool, you know, and he was just sawing something. I didn't know what it was at the time, and I just had a little look at his display behind him. It was all cut coins, and it was something I'd never ever seen before. And I thought, you know, it just sort of clicked really a little bit. It was something I'd never seen before. I'm quite always looking for something. I always want something. Like I've always been looking for that thing in life. I've tried a lot of businesses. I've tried a lot of sidelines. I've tried a lot of money making things. I've always got my eyes open. And this one I thought, I've never seen that before in the UK, mate. Surely I could do that. And what was going through my mind at the time was more than cutting coins and selling them, was making videos of it. You know, like TikTok's one of these satisfying things where you speed it up and saw through the coin. I thought surely that could make good content. And that's how it started, really, and it's just developed. And you know, that was when I was using regular coins, and then I moved to the silver coins. And fortunately, in the silver coin market, there's quite a good community, isn't there? It's not like, you know, you can cut regular coins and you can do a good job of them, but there's not so many collectors of a 1 penny that's been cut out, you know, as there is as a silver coin. So people in the silver stacking world seem to be a bit more of a community and a bit more, I don't know, open to collect, and yeah, more collectors than you would find on regular coins.
It is very cool. So Robot Toaster says, what eagle would look best with the eagle cutout, type 1 or type 2? Blue Collar, that might be a question for you since you were talking about the eagle cutout first.
well, I would say type 1 because it's just very symmetrical, I guess you'd say. I'm not sure about that. Type 2 goes off the edge. The wing goes off the edge. So I think that would be tougher because it goes outside of the boundary of the coin.
I don't have a type 2 that's not sealed.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them, but they're all hidden away. They're buried in my backyard in spackle buckets.
In 5-gallon buckets.
5-gallon buckets, yeah. Yeah, I'm down about 3-4 feet.
Is that where you put your cash as well?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the type 2, I can see. I'll bring a picture up. I could see what you're saying it would be. And not image file. Yeah, I could see. Here we go.
Yeah, I just think that the type 1 is nice and symmetrical, and you can see how that turned out. The type 2 would be a little bit awkward, I think. Well, that's a good question for you.
Yeah, I think they could both be cool, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the type 1, I could cut out and leave the frame intact. With the type 2, we would lose the frame where that wing protrudes, or we'd have to cut around the wing. So yeah, I think type 1 would work best for what we were talking about earlier, you know, making that removable and toning the frame.
Yeah.
But I'm sure type 2, I think, is a cooler image. So I'm sure something could be done with that. Maybe just not the same design.
I wonder how it would look.
I like Egon too.
Hey, if you put that image back up for a sec, Vegas, I was wondering how would it look if you did like just a circle around the eagle? Like, in other words, instead of cutting the shape so you could retain the stars with it.
Oh, for the type 1?
Yeah, for the type 1, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the type 2. What was you saying?
No, that was my mistake. Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong coin.
Type 1, I'm thinking like if you like just did like a smaller diameter circle of the coin, like, and just encompass the whole eagle,
Yeah.
so you could
Triangular.
retain the stars with it.
I think cutting a circle would be quite hard because it'd be hard to. I think with a circle you'd see imperfections. I think because
Right?
in a
Yeah,
long
that's true.
distance to go around there holding a perfect curve all the way around. Sometimes I might deviate a little bit left or right, whereas when I'm cutting around something, you can't really tell. Cutting in a perfect
Yeah.
circle. I've not tried it. It'd be difficult. It's not impossible, but it would be difficult.
Yeah, you'd probably have to set it up with some kind of a jig where it
Yeah,
was fixed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That would
learning
be
because I didn't even know I didn't even understand the difference between the Type 1 and the Type 2 eagle. So yeah, I'm learning, guys, being on here this morning.
Sweet.
good. We're glad we could help. Jamie Frost says, important question to the coin cutter. Would you cut your own gold sovereign?
But I would say no to that at the minute, Jamie. I would love to cut a gold sovereign, but I haven't got, I'm not in a position where I could afford to do that, I don't think now. And, it's not, the thing is with what I do, I don't display a lot of the things I do. I don't keep anything that I cut. So it's not as if I'm trying to build a collection of my own work. So no, I wouldn't, I've got things in my safe that I wouldn't want to cut up because, I think I'd be wasting my time. Am I going to appreciate it more if it's jigsawed? Possibly not, because I maybe the novelty wears off for me because I do it all the time. I don't know. It's a good question. And then, then be a customer sovereign. You also asked. I'd love to cut a customer sovereign up because I think that they would, if they wanted it done and they could afford to have that done, then they would be fully appreciative of it.
Right.
I don't think
Yeah.
I would give myself the wow factor that I could give a customer.
Lose a gram of gold would be, that gets a little.
I'd be quite happy. I'd be quite happy to catch that dust.
Yeah, I bet. Now, I wonder though, is
I think I would
gold?
brush it off the floor.
I wonder if gold is easier to cut. Is it softer? I know it's denser though.
I would guess it would be, but I thought copper would be easier to cut, and copper's a lot harder to cut than silver. So, I do believe it would be easier though.
Sandy Millington says your product is, gold would be, that'd be weird. The heat might affect it though too, right? Like, doesn't it get hot? So it might.
Yeah, I think it's quite soft, isn't it? I'm sure it's definitely going to happen one day. Someone's going to put that trust in me one day, or one day I might just do it because I think it obviously make great content, wouldn't it? So one day I might do it to my own if no one comes before me. I'll be trying it one day and we'll see.
Nice. Sandy says your product is on point and so is your branding. Could you see yourself leaving employment to pursue this full time?
Thank you, Sander. Yeah, that's a question I'm asking myself a lot at the moment. It's a question I'm really struggling with because I'm in a position. I'm sort of at a crossroads. Like the company I work for now, my day job, we're a crane hire company. You can probably see the cranes behind me. I have been here for 19 years, and I'm in a management position here. My boss is close to retiring age, and we're currently going through discussing the process of me being one of the people that takes a share of the company. But I'm sort of, when he asked me about this a year ago, I was all for it. But now he's asking me about it now, and I've got the coin cutter business doing so well. I had a meeting with him this week and told him the truth that I'm sort of doing so well out of work. I sort of don't know what to do. I'm sort of lost with what to do. And he said, well, you're a big factor to taking this business off me as a retirement. I don't think the others could do it on their own. You all need to do it between you. I think you're the person to carry it on. I just sort of think that it's a really hard decision and I don't know the answer. Part of me want, it's not about the money for me because I know if I stay here and become a shareholder, financially, I'll be very well off. But I sort of said, like I said to him in the meeting in the week, it's a decision. It's not a decision about money. It's a decision about the quality of life. I know if I take this business on of his, I will be financially better off, but my stress levels will be sky high because they already are, and I'm only going to get more stress. Whereas if I do the coin cutter, I might earn less money, but my stress levels will be a lot lower. So I don't know. I don't know where it goes at the minute. I mean, I worry that if I say no to taking the crane business on, that I'll be chucking something away that I've been earning for the last nearly 20 years. I've been here for so long. I've sort of earned my right to own a part of the company in his eyes. But if I do that, I know I'm sort of not giving the coin cut my all. and maybe it will never get to where I want it to go because I'm too busy doing the crane job. So it's a difficult one, and I don't know the answer at the minute, and I don't know if that's a boring answer, but it's something I'm really battling with in the last few weeks. And no, you know, everyone gives me different advice. My partner, my family, my friends, everyone's got different advice. You should concentrate. Oh, you should concentrate on the cranes. Oh, you know, you should concentrate on the coins. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's a life decision in it. And
that is
so
tough.
I don't know, Sandy. We'll see what happens, mate. Who knows?
Well, maybe you can combine the two. Maybe you could set yourself a little coin cutting room up at the job, and you can run the company. And then in moments of you know, peace, you could relieve your stress by cutting the coin.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the minute the way I'm sort of thinking is I've got to try and do both. You know, I've got to try and do both, but that is hard. I've got a young family at home, so time isn't. You know, there isn't a lot of time. So, well, you know, I get home late. You know, not late, but fairly late in the afternoon, and then it's see the kids, and then it start cutting the coins as soon as they go to bed. So it's difficult, but.
Well, I could tell you as an almost 60-year-old man, time is our most precious commodity. Don't waste it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I know that that would be a tough decision because you see so many people go chasing the money, and then it's a factor of if they have the money, but are they really happy? And then do they have the time to enjoy the money that they spend so much time and stress on getting? So that's a tough one. It's not easy.
Yeah, it is. And I see that. I see my boss now in my day job. He's got all the money you could ever want, but I don't see he's got all the happiness that you'd ever want, because he's always got the stresses, and the business takes over his life, and he doesn't get to enjoy the money that you think he could enjoy. So, yeah, it's a hard decision.
Yeah, I know people with very successful businesses, and they have headache, migraines all the time because of their stress, and then it's not just because they put the stress on themselves, that it's not just, they don't have to worry about just themselves, but they have all their employees and all the families. Now you have, you know, say 100 employees. Now you have 100 families that depend on the success of the business. So it adds stress to your life for sure. So that's a tough one.
You got to find that healthy balance, you know.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, at the minute, I think I'd be silly to say no to the offer, but the offer's not officially on the table yet. So at the minute, I've said, let's go. Let's proceed. We'll see what offer comes on the table and what that means, and then I'll make a final decision. So at the minute, I've said, proceed in trying to get this over the line with the solicitors, lawyers, and I can make a final decision then. But I've told him where my head's at, and I've been here a long time, but I've also got a passion outside of work that I'm really finding enjoyable. And it's nice to have a day job and work for someone, but the thought of building your own dream is it's surely that's the dream for everyone. I'm sort of building something on the side that could be my own thing that is organically grown, or I have grown into something special. So I don't know.
Do you think if you put your 100% of your time into it, you could make it something that could support your family and be financially viable for you going forward? Or
that's a question I don't know the answer to. I think I could, but obviously it's a risk. But then most people who are successful have taken risks. So am I doing the wrong thing by not taking the risk? I don't know. I mean, at the minute, I probably put 20 hours a week into the coin cutter, and I put 50 hours in a week into my day job. Well, imagine if I was putting 70 hours into the coin cutter, surely the growth would be just accelerating at a much faster pace than it is with my 20 hours a week. So I believe so, but obviously it's a risk to take.
Right. And now to you, it's a hobby now, right? So even though it's a side business, don't take that the wrong way.
No.
But it is a hobby, and there's much more joy in a hobby than when you have to actually make it produce and pay for groceries and rent.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because at the minute, the money that the coin cutter earns buys more coins. It keeps just going, it keeps revolving. But if I had to take money out to, like you say, buy the groceries, pay the bills, maybe it wouldn't be so enjoyable. So Yeah, that's a good point. I've not thought of it like that, and that is a good way to think about it. That
Yeah.
at the minute, I've got that real passion where it doesn't feel like a chore to me. It doesn't feel like work, but that's because I don't have to do it. If I had
Yeah.
to do it, maybe it would feel like a chore. Yeah, I like that. I like that way of looking at it. That's a good point.
It's kind of like it's parallel, like when you go on vacation and you go to some place that's really beautiful and you're like, wow, this is gorgeous, it's tropical. And then if you move there, you find out it sucks just like everywhere else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, very true. Very true. I like that way of thinking about it.
Vegas is a fun place for vacation, but when you got to live it, it's not the same.
Yeah.
I hear
You should know all about that in Vegas.
Yeah, because Vegas is one of my favorite places. Vegas is like one of my favorite places to visit, and not gambling, but just in general.
Yeah.
And to listen to you talk about it, Vegas, it's I can't relate, you know, because I don't have to live there every day and I don't have to work there. The thing is, I think you can go there, even if you went there on vacation 365 days a year, you'd still be in fun mode. But if you got to go to work 40 hours a week, that's a drag.
Yeah, like when I have friends or people come to town and they want to go out, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, go out. You know, I might meet you up one day or whatever, but it's like, I'm like, you're on vacation. I'm not. I still have work. I still have, you know, other obligations and stuff. Not many obligations. I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah, it's different. It is different.
Yeah, you are living that. You are living that experience, Vegas, aren't you? So you're seeing that every day. So that's really, I really get what you're saying there.
That might be a good question for Kalilo, right? Because Kalilo lives. He's from Hawaii. He doesn't live there now, but like you would think living in Hawaii would be like living in paradise, right? Is it really though? When you got to live there and work there and find somewhere to affordable to rent and
I have a couple friends that I work with that are from Hawaii, and like just like you said, you know, you love it when you go visit there, but it's different when you work there. Seems like a lot of people are anxious and happy to get off the island, and come to the mainland and stuff, but it's different. Same thing, just like Florida, it'd be different, you know, if go visit Florida than if you live there.
Yeah,
it's different. So speaking of Kalilo, he says, have you ever made a puzzle yet with a neat photo, etc.?
I've not worked with a photograph, but I have worked with a Silverpunk poured piece that was like a big square. That was like a photograph. You could say it was a poured image. That was really nice to work with. But no, I haven't made any other jigsaws other than that and the coins, really. I've not made any others.
Nerd UK says, can get locked in the Tower of London for your art.
Hopefully not the Tower of London nowadays because it's more of a tourist attraction. But I do like the Tower of London, but no, I don't think they would lock me in there. Maybe when it was open in the times of the Tower of London, maybe I would have been locked away in there. Now, I don't know. It's a bit of a grey area, isn't it? Yeah, I get asked that all the time. Is it illegal what you do? I like to think not. You know, I know it's they would describe the Britannia as currency, but no one really accepts it, would they? And you know, I think one of the grey areas is as long as I'm not altering it to be used again, I'm sort of altering it for art, for an artistic piece. So as long as I'm not altering it to be used again, I believe that some kind of artistic license, really, that I'm taking it out of the circulation, but I'm not, what's the word? Like, I'm not counterfeiting it or anything. So I like to think I wouldn't get locked in the Tower of London, nerd. Hopefully not.
No. Hey, nerd, I haven't done the video yet. Sorry, mate. We'll get there.
So what is your dream piece? Do you have a dream piece out there that you're looking to tackle?
No, that's a good question, that is. I don't think so. I mean, I think everything I want to try, I try. And yeah, there's still loads more I've not discovered, but I feel like there's always that many coins I want to cut that I haven't had a chance to cut yet. That there's always something I mean, an actual one piece that is a dream now, I can't think about it. Gold, like we said earlier, a gold Britannia would be amazing to work on, but that's just because you know, it'd feel quite special, wouldn't it? But it'd still probably look very similar to the silver Jigsaw Britannia. So there's not one piece out there that I'm really focusing on, but there is so many coins out there, isn't there, that I'll just keep discovering more. So I'll just keep trying something new. Yeah, the possibilities are endless, isn't there? The designs on the coins are just, there's so many designs that are so cool. And I've probably not even scratched the surface yet of the coins I could cut.
Yeah, that is like you said, there are plenty of designs out there for you to work with, that's for sure. Which that makes it, like you said, then it makes it endless and keeps your creativity flowing, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I find that I don't really make one product and just continue making that constantly. I'm always trying to make something new. Like this week, I don't know if you've seen what I did. I did the jigsaws, which are, you know, Britannia jigsaw. But what I did was I put them in the toning liver of sulfur, and then I remove one piece sort of every 10 minutes. So every piece of that coin is a different shade. So that's been really popular this week. But I probably won't do it. I mean, I'll do it if people ask me, but I won't. Now I'll probably start concentrating on something else now. I've made that idea that was in my head. I've sold a nice amount of them, but I won't really. I was thinking of making one more for the auction room on Social Stackers.
Mhm.
But other than that, no, you know, I'll be looking to do the next thing now, and I'll just keep moving. And, you know, eventually I want, they should all be on my website and people can buy anything they want to order, but I'm always trying to focus on the next thing. I don't want to get bogged down cutting the same thing for months on end. I want to keep evolving, and because some things aren't to some people's taste, and some things, you know, I'm trying to appeal to a lot of different tastes out there. So I've got to keep moving.
Is most of your business where you make the piece and then you sell it, or do you get commissioned to do certain pieces for people that, you know, specifically?
Most of it is me making the piece and then advertising it, but there is people that approach me and with their ideas, and they want to send me their own coins. So yeah, mostly I'm making them at the moment, but I'm happy if people have got ideas. I'm just as happy to welcome people's ideas, because sometimes people have better ideas than me. I've not got all the best ideas,
Right.
and if someone wants something specific, I want to help them get that. So
yeah, I would imagine that there's more stress though in that side of the business, the commission side, because now you're working with somebody's piece, and there's no room for error, and you know there's a timetable involved where you can put your work down for a couple of days and nobody's going to know.
Yeah, you're right. Because when I worked on the 10-ounce Queen's Beast for silver, for 365 Days of Silver, there was a bit more. I did one for him many months ago when I first joined Social Stackers. That was a lot more pressure than the one I did for myself a few weeks ago. I did one recently as well, so I've done two now. But yeah, the pressure when it was someone else's was a bit different.
Yeah, and
like you say, you know, he wanted it back at a certain time, and he was waiting on it. And whereas when you're doing your own, like you say, I can put it down for a few days, I can pick it back up. No one really is waiting for that piece. So yeah, I've never thought about it like that before, but there is more pressure, isn't there? Yeah. When people send you something, they've usually got a dream of how they want it cut, and if you get it wrong, then I don't want them disappointed.
Yeah, I can relate to that, because that's the difference for me between building a spec home and building a custom home for somebody.
Yeah.
There's way more pressure in a custom home because, you know, number one, you have people looking over your shoulder all day, every day. And then with a spec home, you just build it the way you want to build it and put it up for sale, and it's done. That's it.
What aspect of the building do you do?
I do custom, all custom. Yeah.
But like what aspect? Like, is it house building, or is it renovations of kitchens?
Oh no, new home construction from trees to keys.
Really? Wow. That's a cool little slogan. I like that.
Yeah, I stole that this morning from somebody on Whatnot.
That's a good one.
Never heard it before, ever. I've been in this business for 40 something years. And this guy on Whatnot this morning was running an auction. He says, yeah, I'm a general contractor. We go from trees to keys. And I was like, dude, I'm stealing that one. I didn't know I was going to get to use it an hour later, though.
You inserted it like you'd been saying it for years.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you made it sound like you came up with that one yourself.
Yeah, you did.
It's on my business card, right?
Yeah.
It is now. Yeah. It's on its way to be printed.
It's going to be.
3D Woodworks, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He does a lot of custom stuff too. He turns coins into rings, which is very cool. I noticed he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, I've not done
Bootsy,
that, but I have seen that, and they are very cool, aren't they? I mean, I'm not. I don't plan on doing that one day, but who knows? But yeah, it's not something I've planned on doing. You know, but I see people do it. I see it, and it is really cool. I think it's a real nice piece, isn't it? If you can turn a ring, a nice coin into a ring, and people can wear that piece, surely that's got a real appeal to it.
that's
Now,
very
speaking of Whatnot, do you have a Whatnot channel, and have you ever considered auctioning your pieces off that way?
Well, no. What at one point a few months ago, Whatnot approached me and asked me to sell on there. I didn't really know what Whatnot was at the time, but they tried to get me on there, and they even offered me £300 to get started. So it was quite a nice chunk of money to help me get started. And I signed up and I went through the motions, but in the end, I looked at other people's videos and I didn't think it was the right place for me. Because, you know, I don't know, it's quite daunting, isn't it? Whatnot. You see how quick them auctions go on there. It's not. I don't think it would suit what I do. It's very quick, fast-paced. Whatnot is. Whereas, you know, my idea was maybe sit there and carve a coin. Well, I might be sitting there and carving that coin for, you know, an hour. And I've never really been in a position where I've built up so much stock that I could have a display sat there. So I don't know. I didn't. Although I like Whatnot and I go on there as a buyer. As a seller, I didn't think it was the right place for me.
Yeah,
But it is a real cool thing, isn't it? Whatnot. I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger. I think it's been around in the US a lot longer than it has in the UK, hasn't it?
Not sure, actually. I just discovered it this year. I started going on there in April.
Right.
I know the guy at work that I just talked with, that I work with actually, he does Pokemon on Whatnot, Pokemon
Yeah.
cards, and
Yeah.
he said he's been doing Whatnot for 2 years. So it's been in the US for a little while, but like Blue Collar said, I think it's just now catching more and more traction.
I think the way they was offering, you know, they offered me money to help me get started. I'm sure they was offering that to a lot of people in the UK, not just me. So
yeah, but they must have seen something in your product that they know that it would sell for a good amount of money. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you would kill it, honestly. I think people would pay up for that big time.
Yeah. You possibly, you know what? I probably could. It was more, the only thing that put me off more was, you know, I've got to find a lot of time to dedicate to that. And then if I'm dedicating a lot of my time to the Whatnot, I'm not growing my YouTube and TikTok maybe as much as I want to, and I'm focused on the Whatnot. So I
think
didn't
it's
think it
quite
was
the
right.
opposite, though. I think it's exactly the opposite of that. I think you could go on for an hour and sell 15, 20 pieces in an hour.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
And be done with it.
Yeah.
You know, and collect all your money. Boom.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. If you think about it like that, then that would be great if I could go and do that for an hour. Yeah, and then spend the next few days cutting the ones that have been ordered. Yeah,
right. And
I'm
people,
not against it.
You would get a following very quickly. People would. You could have one show a week or one show every 2 weeks, and promote it on your YouTube and other social media, and you'll kill it on Whatnot.
Yeah.
My opinion.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. I'm not totally against it. At the minute, I've not done it. I've still got my seller's account. I've still set up ready to do it when I do feel like it. The offer of the money they gave me to help me get started is gone now, but that's not, you know, that's not the end of the world. But yeah, you know what? Maybe you've got a point. Maybe one day I will revisit Whatnot, and I'm not totally closing the door at Whatnot. It's still an option. It's just not right now. But yeah, if we think about it like you've just described it, it seems like maybe I was silly to not do it. But who knows? Who knows where I'll end up?
You have that opportunity in Stacker Social too. You put a piece in the auction block in Stacker Social, you don't have a problem getting rid of it either. You have an awesome following in there too. So it's I could imagine it's hard. You're being pulled in so many directions at once right now. I could imagine it's the decisions you have to make.
Yeah, and you know, you constantly, you are being pulled in a lot of directions with my own brain as well, thinking of new ideas. You know. So yeah, we'll see where I end up. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's not too many people doing what I do, so I'm quite lucky in that. I know that won't be for long. You know, it'll grow with popularity like everything does. But I just hope I've got there early enough to be the main name one day. I don't think I'm there yet, but one day.
The patience and work, I don't know. You might for some other people to tackle it. That's a big feat. Nerd UK says, have you done a Krugerrand yet?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't done that, Nerd. Something, and I have got some silver ones, so something I possibly should look at doing. What is the image on the Krugerrand? It's got the the man's face on one side, and then what's on the other side? I can't think now.
It's a Springbok, it's called.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't yet, nerd. Maybe that is one I need to dig out my safe and cut up when I'm next looking for a project. 2 projects I've got from this show. One is the Reverse Eagle, and one is the Krugerrand Springbok.
Yeah, I think just thinking about it, I was just kind of trying to think what would be the ideal coin for you. I think the Canadian Maple Leaf has got to be it.
Yeah, I do love the maple.
Yeah.
It cuts really. It looks well when it's cut. I do like the result of the maple, and it's not that. It's quite quick to do. Really, the maple's quite a simple image to cut compared to when I cut the Lady Britannia out or cut the Lady on the American Eagle out. There's a lot more, directional changes in that than there is in the maple. The maple is quite a simple coin to cut and effective.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
The Krugerrand, it'd be hard to decide on what to cut. Do you cut the Springbok? Would be hard to.
Yeah, the Springbok's very small, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's some very small pieces on there. The antlers, the legs are very tiny. It's possible. Don't get me wrong. I could definitely do it, but it'd be hard. Possibly hard to keep the frame intact with so many little intricate cuts. But hey, everything's possible.
Now, when you first got started, how much trial and error was there?
The first ever time I had a go, there was a lot of error. The second time I had a go, there's a lot of error. A lot of error that I thought I'm never doing this again. This is not for me. I'm never doing it again. The third time, there wasn't a lot of error, and it just sort of clicked into place for me. And it was I think it was might have been a 50 pence piece or a 2 pence piece. I can't remember now, but I'd sort of gone from just trying to get in my mind, I was saying to myself, just get from one side of the coin to the other. Don't worry about it, straight or curved. Just try and cut it in half. That's what I used to try and do. Then the sort of that was like the first attempt, maybe I spent a few hours at it. The second attempt, maybe I spent a few hours at it. Both to bad results. And then the third time, I managed to cut around the queen and cut the queen's head out. So then that's when I thought, oh, wow, actually, maybe I can do this. Because I went into it with full confidence when I'd first seen this man doing it in Portugal. But then getting home and actually trying it myself with a blade, and you realise how thin them blades are. It's a lot. It's harder than it looks. But it clicked into place quite quick for me. I'd looked at it and thought, yeah, I could do that, from experience of things I'd done in the past. But it clicked quite quick if you think about it. Sort of maybe on my sort of 8th hour of trying, it was good. So, and yeah.
Persistence paid off.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I very nearly didn't try that third time. I didn't want to. It was one of them. It was one of them. If you ever pick a saw up and try and cut for a coin with one of them thin blades, it's very off-putting. You think this is horrible. Why? How can anyone enjoy this? But then I found the enjoyment in it, and now I know you were saying about did you say it's like a stressful thing to do? No, patience. We were saying, wasn't we? You were saying that you have to have patience. But in most aspects of life, my patience is zero. I've got awful patience. But with this, I don't know what it is. I find it quite calming and quite relaxing, but my patience are awful. So I don't know, maybe it's just this that I can sort of switch off to. But yeah, I'm not very patient. You ask anyone who works with me on a day-to-day basis, I really am not patient.
Well, that's cool that that's cool that it works to be an outlet for you, so that you can like clear your mind and get rid of the stress and just focus on the coin. And that's cool.
I think the day job is my day job is very busy. I'm sort of sat here. I've got 2 mobile phones, the landline telephone, and there's a lot of people. The phone doesn't stop, and there's a lot of noise around me, and a lot of people demanding my attention. That when I go and do the coins, it's like all of that is gone. Right now, I might be doing some bit more physical work than I do when I'm sat in the office, but all that exterior noise and stress and people pulling your attention from one direction to the next, that's all gone, and I'm just focused and just me and the saw. It's a real nice contrast between what I do in the day and what I do at night.
I get it. Trust me, I'm around noise and people, and it's all day long, all for my job. So I understand that completely. Danny Millington says, if you got a big commission of large amount of coins, would you cut them all by hand, or is there a machine that could cut your workload? Or being a perfectionist, you would not feel happy doing that?
Yeah, I think, Danny, I wouldn't be happy with that. I think that if I got that, a big lot of work, and I have been approached to do a big lot of work. Someone approached me to do 30 coins, someone from the US. It never materialized in the end. Or it hasn't yet. I mean, we're still talking and it still might happen. And 30 coins in, you know, that is quite a lot from one person. For me, that is a big order. But no, I would still want to do them by hand. But to me, I'd just have to find more time. I'd have to find more time to do it. And that'd mean less sleep. I'd usually sacrifice some sleep to do it, or, you know, I have to sacrifice something. Maybe sacrifice going to the gym in the morning. But no, I wouldn't want to cut it by machine. I think I'd like to be the coin. I want to carry on as I am, because I'm sure if the Royal Mint wanted to cut a coin into a jigsaw, they could cut thousands a minute. But I like to think that the scarcity gives it more of an appeal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, like you said, if this was not done by hand, I'm not sure if I'd have been as excited and as not sure if I would have wanted it as much. You know, like when you get something that somebody put their work into, it's different than just something that was milled out or water jetted out, or, you know, something like, or laser cut. You know, there's blood, sweat, and tears put into it, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Not machines can't always do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an exact copy of the Mona Lisa, but it's not the Mona Lisa, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Now, how many times have you cut yourself?
Not many, you know. My fingers are very, very rarely do I cut myself. I don't know how, but no. And if I do, it's very small. I've never had any bad incidents. Never, you know. I think I might have caught a nail the other day, but honestly, it's nothing. It's very rare. Not sure how I managed to avoid it, but I don't know, just intuition, I suppose. I've not had a big accident yet. I'm sure I could have one day, but I've not had one yet. It's not like, but that's the thing, isn't it? When you're working by hand, I'm holding the coin with this hand, I'm sawing with this hand. As soon as I do anything like hit that hand, I can stop. Whereas if I was working with machine, it wouldn't stop as soon as it hit my skin, would it? So maybe I've got less risk. I'm cutting it by hand.
Fair enough. Emperor Wang says you can't make an exact copy of Tom Arnold, though.
Sorry, say that again. What was that one?
It was a reference to a video that he did.
Oh,
that he hired Tom Arnold to do a cameo video for himself, and we thought it was possibly AI when we first watched it, but apparently it wasn't. It was the real Tom.
So, if somebody wants a custom piece, they can email you. Is that the best way to reach out to you? Or
message me on YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook, any of them. Or
Stacker Social.
Yeah, Stacker Social. Just message me on there, and we'll work together. Eh? We'll work together. We'll find something.
What is your next project you're looking at?
My next project is, I have been working in discussions with Silverpunk for the last couple of weeks, and he has poured something that an idea that I had, a bit different to Silverpunk's usual taste. So I didn't know if he'd do it, and at the start he didn't know if he wanted to do it, but he has made me something that I have asked for 6 of. So my plan is to now, when I do receive these 6 of that he's already made, I will cut them, and that'll be something different. So it'll be a custom piece that I've asked him to make, something that I'm really a passion of mine. It's a sports panel I've asked him to pour. So yeah, that's something different. I've actually gone out there, find a photo of something I really like, asked Silverpunk to pour it. He's poured it. I will then cut it, and that'll be the next piece I sell. So yeah, that'll be very different to normally just working on someone else's coin. It's sort of working on my design from start to finish, with Silverpunk doing his magic in between. So I'm really excited for that. And if that works well, I've got a lot of ideas of me and him working together, and more panels I can get him to pour of, designs that I think could be popular, or designs that I know are popular with me, but I believe could be popular with a lot of people. So I think sort of specially made collaborations like that. Yeah. Because I love working. I've worked on a few of Silverpunk things, but they're usually his idea or something that he's selling and he's asked me to do a cut on, or it's never been my idea. So this one's sort of doing it for me. Like normally he would pour something, I would cut it, and he would sell it to his customers. Whereas on this one, he's poured it, I will cut it, and I will sell it to my customers. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. That's the next step there. I'm sure most of you know Silverpunk is excellent at what he does, and yeah, I'm really excited to get these pieces.
That'd be a cool collaboration for sure.
Yeah, we've done a few collaborations. We have done a few, but like I say, they're never my idea. So I'm excited for it to show something that I want to show. I mean, what I've chosen won't appeal to the masses, but it'll appeal to I think it will still appeal to a nice small audience. But if that idea works, then we can just continue with that and make some new things. I mean, the good thing is I only made 6 of these things, so I sort of don't want it to be. I don't want it to be for the masses. It'll be quite a small amount of people that can buy one of these, and then maybe just keep doing that. A few small releases of things I've asked him to pour and cut myself. So I'd like that to continue. But yeah, let's get it over the line, and we'll see. Because sometimes Silverpunk pours a panel, and I look at them and think, I don't think I can improve it. And many times I think that when he sends me something, how can I improve that? You know, his work's so good, but lo and behold, most of the time he'll say, "Just do it. You can do it," and I do it. And yeah, I see the improvement. But what he does is already great. So it's nice to be able to work with someone so further ahead in the game and so experienced. And with Silverpunk, he is in a world where he can literally make any design come to life. So yeah, it's great what he does. And most of the time, I'm working with other people's designs in what I do, which is nice. But yeah, it's the first time I'm going to create something of my own. So let's see what this looks like when it comes. We'll see how it turns out.
Well, when you said that, that's sort of what Silverpunk, sort of like his outlook on it though. Like he looks at something and even like the simplest thing, and he's like, you can still make it better just by Silverpunking it. He puts his little spin on it. So to say that you can't make anything better of his it's not that you can't make it better, but you make it more unique. You make it yours, just like Silverpunk makes stuff his. It would be where you'd be making the pieces yours. That's all. That'll be cool. I look forward to that. I will definitely keep an eye out for one of those pieces for sure.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, I will post some soon. I'm not like he has made them. I'm waiting to receive them, and then I'll get to work on them. But again, this is my own project, so it's not so much of a rush. If other orders come in, they get prioritized.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because I've been on Stacker Social more and more, and I've got to know you and Silverpunk and the stuff that you guys do. And a Silverpunk piece is definitely something I would like to put in my collection. So a collaboration between both you guys would be like that. Check 2 boxes off.
Here is my silver. There's not many things I keep in my collection on display, but this is what Silverpunk made me. He made me my logo there, and that's something I really like beautiful. To display.
Very, very cool.
And he gave me the mold that he 3D printed. He signed it, and you might not be able to see on the camera, but there is still parts of the sand from his sand casting trapped in between the letters. I think that's a real, real nice thing to have. He's still got the sand in between the letters, and so I'm really happy with that. So yeah, you definitely need a Silverpunk piece in your collection. I think everyone does.
Yeah, that's like when I saw your piece, I was like, yeah, I need a coin cutter piece, and it all worked out. So it was cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I really appreciate you purchasing something. I appreciate everyone who buys something, and I don't know, no one's expected, and no one has it. I appreciate every order. It's all appreciated. It makes a massive difference.
I'm looking at other pieces on my desk, and I'm like, man, I wonder if you cut that, or
yeah, I was wondering about that piece doll. It looks like you put that out there for that reason.
Well, he said Silverpunk, and it reminds me of when you said that the lady on the peace dollar sort of looks like the Silverpunk logo.
Yeah, kind of.
So it made me think of that.
Yeah.
And even like a Morgan, I'm looking at a Morgan. I'm like, would you be able to? I mean, I'm sure you would. I mean, that's.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. We got to draw the line somewhere. We can't cut
Morgan. Can't cut a Morgan. Why can't you cut a Morgan?
No, you can do whatever you want. If you can make a ring out of it, you can cut it. It's all good. Just do a 21 though.
I think that Morgan would look really good. Yeah, I think you can make it be a real nice portrait to cut out. That wouldn't it?
Yeah, actually,
because that is a real thick, deep image, and yeah, I think that'd be a really nice one to cut out. That and something I've not done yet, but something I probably will do in the future. Yes, it's a really nice image to cut out. I don't actually like. I've not really concentrated on many of the obverses of the coins with the portraits. I've not really done many things with the Queen's head. I usually concentrate on the other side. But yeah, maybe that's a whole other dimension I need to explore.
So
Peace
when
Teller
you
Eagle.
do your first reverse eagle, just give me a crack at that one, please.
I will. I certainly will.
Thank you.
Something keeps catching my eyes in your blue collar in your screen. What's that one in the center? That sort of UFO, is it?
Yeah, it's just a copper UFO, 5-ounce copper UFO.
It really stands out. It's such a cool piece. What is that, 5?
Yeah, 5-ounce. Yeah.
Yeah, that's stunning. That is. Really like that. What a cool piece.
Yeah, it's not bad. I got it. I don't even. It was on a wheel spin game.
What, you won it?
Yeah, I won it.
Oh, that is a nice
But
win.
I like it because it goes along with the alien theme, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece.
Yeah, I like that. It sort of she keeps catching my eye all the time. Let's cut it up. No, I'm only joking.
Yeah, you can cut the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'm only joking. Do you know what? Copper is not very rewarding to work with.
Yeah, and a lot of people, even the poorest, say that too. The people that pour say copper is tough.
Yeah, it is. It is. You sort of soaring away up and down for ages. You're just not moving, and then it just doesn't soar very nice. Silver is really nice to soar. I think it's not too tough, but it's not too soft that you're flying around too quick. You've got enough time to control the blade, but you're not going to put too much pressure on, and it is going quite quick. Copper, yeah, is not nice. I wouldn't want to. I'm happy to work on copper, but I certainly don't enjoy it as much.
Speaking of Silverpunk, he just popped in. He must have heard his ears bleeding.
No,
have you ever done? Have you done a Kookaburra yet?
No, I've not. I don't own one of them. I've not really got the. I mean, there's a bit of quite a fascination with the Kookaburras, isn't there? I see that.
There is.
I see that around, but it's something I've never really got into. I don't really know enough about them. I'm not really clued up on. Well, the Australian. That might be a silly question. They're Australian, aren't they?
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Kookaburras, they come up to kilo size, right? So there's a lot of variety there. You got kilos, 10-ounce, 5-ounce. You got a whole group of sizes.
Yeah, and from what I've seen of them, they are very nice. I've just never collected one myself or owned one. Maybe if I owned one and I seen it in my hand, maybe I'd just been something I did by now. But yeah, I've never owned one. I never wanted to. I
don't own any anymore. I used to own some, but I seem to have sold those on Whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, what is the largest piece that you've cut?
The 10-ounce Queen's Beast. I did one for 365 and one for myself recently. Well, I say for myself, I did it and then I sold it. But yeah, so the 10-ounce is the largest I've worked on. And that is a lot of work. The 10 ounces are a lot of work. They are obviously quite thick. So, you sort of talking maybe 10 to 15 hours work to cut one of them into a jigsaw.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough to recover, but it's a labor of love,
Yeah. It's still enjoyable. I mean, it's, when I do 1 ounces, they might take an hour. They might take an hour of cutting a time, but then I've got to mark each piece out. At least with the big 10 ounces, you might be cutting for days on them, but you've only marked it out once. So in some ways, you probably do save time, and then you can usually sell that piece for a little bit more because it is a larger piece anyway. So yeah, it's one of them. I like working on both. It's nice to work on the coins because you can really be quick and get a lot done in a quick amount of time. The big ones, not so much speed, but a nicer result at the end. And yeah, I like it. Yeah, I've not worked on anything bigger than that. So actually, Coin Noob did ask me. He asked me this weekend, I think, or maybe just before the weekend. He asked me if I would cut up I think it was a 1 kilo copper bar with a jigsaw in it. And I said, it just for the price of the copper bar, how long it would take me to cut it, it would not be worth it. It would take so much work to cut a copper 1 kilo up.
Yeah, that
the silver one I would have a go at, but not
tough to justify.
Yeah, and it's never going to be worth what my time is putting into it. It's never going to be worth someone to pay that much for it when it's probably less than £100 bar.
Mm.
Sandy says, "Is there anything other than coins slash panels you've thought about cutting?" I'm not sure. Like,
No, I don't think so, Sandy. No, it's sort of. I don't know. I don't really think I've given it a thought, but it's not out of the question. I think because like the fact that I've only been doing it for probably 10 months, for a very short amount of time. There's always something else I want to do. So there's very little time that I sit back and think about what can I cut next. There's always I want to try that coin. I want to try that coin. I don't run out of ideas yet. Maybe when I'm sort of done a lot more that I want to do, maybe then I'll look at thinking of another thing. But what else, I don't know what else I would cut. It's a good question.
I imagine it has to be like, I'm trying to put like in your perspective, like going to a coin shop, it would be very different to go to a coin shop with your outlook on things. You'd be like, how could I cut that? Could I cut this? Could I do this? What would I do with that piece? What would I do with that piece?
Yeah, it's sort of altered. It does certainly alters your mindset because you look at coins in a whole new way. Jamie Frost is recently started cutting some coins, and he's been asking for advice, and he's doing a really good job. And he has said that the same to me. Like, it's so addictive. Like, and it is. You look at coins in a different manner. You don't look at them the same as. You don't look at it as something do I want that in my collection? You look at it as, do I want to cut that? You really do look at it different.
How long have you been into collecting coins?
I think I started 2019.
Okay.
That was
what got you?
Just
what got you into
type of investment, really. That was just. It started off with gold. I've brought it with me. This is my first ever piece of gold I ever brought. That is the first ever piece of gold, the 1 gram from the Royal Mint, and then the first ever piece of silver I brought was the 10-ounce Britannia.
Nice. Oh, very nice.
So yeah, it just started off as an investment.
You haven't cut that Britannia yet?
No, I haven't. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's sentimental value.
I don't know why. I just haven't. Maybe.
Now, do you remember what you paid for that in 2019? I'm going to say about $185, $190. So
it sounds about right. But then we pay VAT in this country, so if I'm thinking it would have been over £200 in this country. Just
yeah.
And I know what I paid for that. I paid £48 for that, which I know these are more than now, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So the 1 gram of gold was £48 back then. The silver, yeah, I think it was around the £200 mark, but I wouldn't be able to be exact. But yeah, a lot less than what we're all paying now. We're experiencing some crazy highs at the moment, aren't we?
Oh, it's just the beginning.
Yeah,
it has been going nuts.
I want to go back into a dip.
Yeah,
well, you got to look at it this way. We're in the dip right now. It's been
yeah,
so
I think you're right.
Keep on buying.
Yeah.
Not financial advice.
Blue Collar, I sent you that little video right before I took a nap because I was trying to find boring stuff on YouTube that I could put on to help me take a nap. But it was a clip from a news station in the U.S. in Ohio, I believe, and they were talking about how like a coin shop is busy because of the price of gold and silver, and that was only a day ago. So like this pump is going to hit the mainstream media, and it's going to send people into a little bit of a FOMO. They're going to fear of missing out, and they're going to start looking into it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like the average Joe or the average schmo, nothing against you, average Joe, but the average person going and buying a couple ounces at the coin shop, they're not going to boost the price of metals that much. But when you get the masses going and doing it, it opens people's eyes to it for sure.
Well, when it starts making the news, right? And now it is starting to make the news. That's when the average Joe, if you will catch on. And the retail side of the business has been terrible, like physical metals, silver anyway. There have been way more sellers than buyers. And according to my coin shop, he said Wednesday afternoon, it turned on a dime. He said that, no pun intended on the dime, by the way. He said that from Wednesday afternoon all the way through Friday, they were standing at the counter looking to buy. And he got cleaned out of silver. Friday early, he was cleaned out of silver. He had to go to the wholesaler and stock up.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But see, I think it's regional though, because like
Guys,
when
I'm
I
sorry.
did-
I'm really sorry to interrupt. Can I just run to the toilet for 2 seconds?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
no.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Like when I went the other day, the coin shop here, it's not like there was nobody in there, and that's one of the few times that I've seen it with nobody in there.
Right.
And their display was full. But they're charging $2 over spot for generic, and it's just different feel in there. And then I
Yeah,
noticed
I think though that's probably the market. That's probably that, the area that it's
yeah,
in.
like
It's a regional thing.
like mine. He said he had wall to wall people. I watched his video yesterday, and he said he had a lot of sellers, a lot of people in there dumping a lot of stuff. But then he said he had a lot of people waiting to buy too. So it's very regional in the U.S. I think.
Yeah, it could very well be. It could be the age of the population too. We have the second oldest population in the country, and I think the older people are just more tuned into the value of precious metals, where younger people, they want to jump on Bitcoin or Nvidia or something like that.
Yeah, that could be. Emperor Wing says the journalist on the Ohio News story was a stacker, probably watching metals.
Yeah.
Ebert, thanks for dropping links. Appreciate you being here. Kalilo, welcome. Good to see everybody. Gold Maples, good to see you. Iki Man, welcome in, welcome in. Why is the 2025 Gold Liberty coin still available? I don't know. Why wouldn't it be?
Wait,
Silver State.
what did you
Good
say?
to
I
see.
missed that.
Tiki Man says, why is the 2025 Gold Liberty coin still available?
Oh.
I'm not familiar with that one, or why it would not be still available. Is it like limited or something maybe, and it shouldn't be available?
I don't know. I don't buy any of that limited stuff except the Star Privy. That was the only thing I ever bought.
Yeah. Who else we got? BBA still hanging. Matt Wingate still hanging. Thank you guys for still being here, checking it out, hanging out with us. Greatly appreciate it. Sandy Millington. B-Bird, Gold Maple. Silverpunk says that 10 ounce is begging to be cut.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It made me smile at that. Yeah, because I've actually never cut this design before, so who knows? Who knows? Yeah, it probably is begging to be cut. I feel like a bit maybe of an emotional attachment to that one because it's my first ever piece of silver. So
You have to get a different one to cut.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd be paying 400 pounds for that one.
Yeah. When I brought it for so cheap, it'd be an expensive one to replace now.
Yeah.
BBA says, what's the oldest coin you've cut?
I think you know that, BBA. I think it was the coin you sent me, mate. Was it? What was it? What coin was it, BBA? What year was that one? I can't quite remember.
He had to put that out there.
I think he was fishing for that because he knows it's his coin.
Jamie Frost says, what is your strong point? Straight lines, angles, or curves?
That's a good question. I think my strong point, something I know I feel like I'm really good at, is an angle. I can sort of go from, I can sort of turn an angle, on nothing. Like if you look at the eagle that you've got, there's quite a lot of sharp turns on that one. I think my strong point, I would say, is possibly that. Straight lines, probably my least strongest point, because it's when you're cutting in with a hand, it's hard to not drift off that line. Even as straight as you think you are, it's very hard to stay on that line. Like cutting anything, it's hard to cut a long straight line. So I'd say angles. I do like a curve though. I enjoy cutting around a curve. It's quite rewarding when you're watching your blade go around a curve.
Well, that that little section of video when you were cutting that 1 ounce Unibar, when you were going around the tail of the
Yeah.
lion. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to include. I included that one in my promos.
Yeah, see, that's the angle. You sort of got to go up a little bit, back down, up. You've got no room to turn. It's not like when you're doing a corner and you can gradually curve it around. You have got to literally stop dead, turn your saw and come back. And that, with how thin the blades are, that is often where they want to snap, because they don't like going around sharp turns.
Yeah,
You know,
I was wondering if it's like like the blade has teeth, or is it like a diamond crusted type setup?
No,
or...
it is teeth. It is, yeah, very small teeth. Yeah.
Mhm.
Very, very thin. They are not known for strength. They are they're very weak. They don't like turning, but you sort of have
Well,
to, when
is
you
it
turn in a
basically...
tight curve, you just have to sort of put zero pressure on. You're just sort of going up and down, but you're so loose with your hand that you're not putting pressure on. Eventually, you keep doing that, it'll let you turn.
Yeah, the more pressure you put on it, you're gonna snap that blade.
Yeah, any sideways pressure, I imagine you know that you experience that yourself with tools. Any sideways pressure, it's not designed to take.
Do you set it up for a cut on the upward or downward stroke?
Always downward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a strange one. If you ever put the saw blade in upside down, on the upward stroke, it is a different breed. And don't forget, when I'm cutting a coin, I'm looking at this surface, so I need that downward cut because it's what I can see. If I was coming up from the bottom, I'd be sort of cut into a line that I can't see underneath. So yeah, I have to cut to the top line. That's cut on the downstroke. Sorry.
Got you.
Seems like, is it hard to keep it like, you have to keep the blade pretty straight up and down? Like if you angle it at all a little bit, it seems like it would throw it off.
Oh
Like
Yeah,
I was just looking at I was looking at the edge of this, and it's like it's straight up, like there's no slant to it. You know, I would think it, and that's
yeah. I think that came to me naturally with time, because my earlier jigsaws, if anyone's brought an earlier jigsaw of mine, I would say they are quite difficult to put together. They will go together from one direction because I've possibly cut slanted. So, you might have to put that piece on top of that piece. Even though they'll slot together, it might only work one way. You might not be able to put it from underneath. Nowadays, I've sort of perfected the fact that my puzzle jigsaws will sort of work from any angle. And it is just being conscious of making sure you're quite vertical. But now I don't even have to think about that now. It comes quite naturally. But there's been times when I would stop cutting, make sure I'm straight, and then carry on. But it sort of comes naturally now that I don't have to think about that. But yeah, I've certainly perfected that part with experience. And I don't really know how I've perfected it. Like I say, it just comes without me even checking nowadays. I don't really sit back and check anymore, but I just seem to do it.
that seems like that'd be tough.
Yeah.
BBA says it was an 1889 Crown. Was the piece.
1889. That's the oldest one I've ever cut, BBA. Thank you.
There you go. BBA answered his own question.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Nice. I'm partial to that date because my everyday carry is an 1889 Morgan.
You go. Nice.
One of the questions I have is, when you're done cutting, how much polishing or finishing do you need to do on the edges to get them smooth?
I do zero.
Really?
Polishing. Yeah. The odd time I might get a file out and just, treat an edge. But yeah, a lot of the time I don't find that I have to.
That was the wrong answer. You're supposed to be like, I put 6 hours in after I get done with the piece. I have to go through this process. And
yeah, but I put so much energy and perfection into the sawing that it don't need sanding.
Yeah, and if you use the right blade and the right technique, you're probably right. Obviously you are right. You don't have to do much.
Yeah.
I'm telling, man, like I'm looking at it is very stunning the way the work.
Lick the edge. Tell me if it's rough.
Ow. Can you see my spit?
Did you really?
No. No. So Sandy says, when you talk, I sit here thinking, I could do this. Do copycats concern you? Do copycats concern you now that you are building a brand?
No, because they don't concern me. It's going to happen, isn't it? There's going to be someone who probably comes along that is doing just as well as I am, may start overtaking me, but you need them people in life, don't you? And without them, you can sort of stand still. So, you need a bit of a nemesis, don't you? You need a bit of a kick up the ass. You need someone to push you to your limits, because, I wouldn't want to mention any names, and it's certainly not anyone that's on the Stacker Social, but there's someone I do know of who does a similar thing, or he very much does the same thing. And he is, we've had conversations before, and I don't think he likes that I'm, he probably feels that I'm the copycat because he doesn't like that I'm probably a young person on the scene and he's not. And, I haven't copied him because I didn't even know him until I started cutting the coins, but he sometimes is, it's not on social stack. It's on mainly on TikTok. Maybe he's put me down a few times, like publicly, and that sort of just spurs me on, doesn't it? That doesn't. Sometimes you think, well, maybe I needed that. I needed him to say that I haven't done a very good job of that, and it's a bit trolly, but and I wouldn't do it back. But I sort of think, well, maybe he has just made me perfect that cut on the next one because I'm conscious about what he said. So sometimes we need a copycat, don't we? We need someone to keep us alive. And if there was never no one coming up and copying me, I would probably stagnate and not feel I've got to do anything better. But if there's a new blood on the market and they are getting everyone talking, I would certainly have to knuckle down and try harder. So
if he was 100% on his game, he wouldn't even have to worry about you.
No.
So that obviously means he must have some deficiencies in his game.
I think he's been doing it for a long time, and he's very good at what he does. I don't deny he's very good at what he does. I just, I wouldn't say that he just doesn't come across a very nice person the way that he seems to need to put down my work. But some people are like that. Some people are not. That's not the way I would play the game. If I did have a copycat, I would certainly not put them down. I would probably do the opposite. I would probably just try and be humble and encourage and give tips. People ask me questions. Jamie asked me questions. How do you do this? I've got no reason to say I'm not telling you. I should share it. I think there's a very good market out there for sharing the information and the experience that I've got, because one thing I've learned doing the coins, there's hardly any information out there at all. It's very hard to go onto YouTube or go onto TikTok and find someone that will explain to you how it's done. You sort of just got to learn yourself. So that's something I think that one day that's where my channel could go. Maybe I could be more of a teacher and explain to people how it's done. So yeah, if I was worried about copycats, I certainly wouldn't want to be teaching people. But I just think that hopefully my brand will be the brand that everyone associates with coin cutting one day, and that will be where they mainly spend their money if they're looking for a cut coin piece.
Well, you definitely have the right name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, your name is perfect.
Yeah. It does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, your last video was on YouTube anyway, was coin cutting for beginners. So yeah, you're not shy about sharing your secrets. And I think it's just like art, everybody can put their own spin on it. There can be more than one person cutting. One person might have a different style than the other.
Yeah.
That's like telling somebody they can't paint, they can't do a painting because, I started painting first. That's not.
Yeah.
It's
everybody not a very nice way to be, is it?
You just have to do your thing. And, if you see somebody doing the same thing, then you got to either put your spin on it or do it better, one or the other. And
yeah, sometimes Jamie will say to me, do you mind if I post this video? Do you mind if I put this in Stacker Social? I said to him before, I'm not the boss of coin cutting, mate. You do it. I'm happy for you. Do it. You're welcome to do whatever you want to do. It's not my business. Like, I'm happy to help, and if you want to sell that on Stacker Social, then go ahead and do it, mate. It's like Silverpunk. He's not the only puller, is he? But most people want a Silverpunk piece.
Right. Well, the more exposure, it's good for the business in general.
Yeah.
You got more exposure out there, and more people see it, and more people will want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of our Hawaiian viewers, Emperor Wang, he says, if I needed advice on cutting stuff roughly the size of a long pig, could I call you? They do a lot of hog roasting in Hawaii.
I probably wouldn't be very good at that. I'm not very good at cutting wood. I'm not very good at carving meat. I'm good at cutting coins, but I draw the line there. I'm not generally good at cutting many things other than that.
The Digging Granddad said, yes, you are right. They were a little slanted. You have progressed. So I'm guessing the Digging Granddad has one of your early pieces.
Where is the Digging? I want to see that comment. There's yeah, I think that I think I know where that is, judging by the picture. I think that's where a real. I believe that's Michael, and Michael is a real good customer of mine. I recognise the picture more than the name because we normally communicate through TikTok or Facebook. But yeah, I'm glad he's noticed it, and I'm glad he's seen the progress because Michael's had a lot of coins from me. He's such a good help for me, and a great customer, a customer that's just become a friend and such a great help and an advisor. And he's always giving me ideas, and he sort of gives me confidence and wants to have a piece of nearly everything I do. And yeah, he's really encouraging. He will even send me stock when I'm running low to help me, save time, not having to search it or buy it off people that I don't necessarily trust. So I look at he will help me source silver as well. And a lot of the time he'll ask me to keep some money in the pot for when he next wants something. So yeah, he's a very good support. And I'm glad you've noticed the difference, Michael. He bought my very first ever jigsaw, and he bought it off eBay. And then probably, I don't know, it was the same day he bought my second ever jigsaw off eBay as well. And at that point, I'd made a silver Britannia jigsaw. At the time, I thought it was very good. Now, looking back, it's nowhere near my standards now. But he brought them first too, and somehow we just started messaging through eBay, and it just developed into then Facebook, and then he started a TikTok, I think, just to see my videos, and it just developed from there really. And he is building a very good coin cutter collection, the biggest, certainly the biggest individual collector of my pieces there is in the world so far. So yeah, very lucky to have him.
Very cool. That's very cool. I think it, like I said, I think it can be an addiction. This first piece I got of yours, I don't think it'll be the last. That's for sure. It's very cool. Like I said, when you had the Uno and the Lion and BBA, I was so tempted, and I'm like, no, I'll let BBA get it. And
me and BBA had enough drama in that auction. Yeah, we had enough problems in that auction without another bidder.
Yes, I was watching that end, and yeah, I saw the ending. I was like, ooh, uh-oh.
Yeah, I felt really guilty on that one. So for those who don't know, I did an auction, and BBA made a bid, and then someone made a late bid, but I missed the late bid. It didn't come through as an actual bid. It came through as a sort of GIF, like a little moving video, and I didn't really notice there was an actual number on that. I thought it was just sending a funny image, and then when I played the image and said BBA won, this other guy sort of said, no, I won. It was quite awkward, so I owe him one. BBA got the Uno in the line, but I am searching still now to find another Uno in the line to do this guy the same. I said I would on that price that he bidded it for. And it was just one of them things. Yeah, I felt really sorry for him, but it was a genuine mistake.
Yeah, I was watching it too, and I didn't think, just like you said, it was like a GIF. I didn't think anything. It was like somebody coming through, like it was like a cartoon character coming through a door or something.
Yeah,
and they had a number on their shirt.
Yeah,
like they had a number on their shirt or something. So it was like we're real awkward because I was watching that because I almost sniped BBA out of it. But yeah, you were right on there, and you told the guy, listen, I'll make you the same piece. I'll make it right, and and I wasn't sure what came of it, but you were there, and I mean you were ready to make it right. So I mean that's all you can do.
Because it was an unfortunate situation, and it was an accident. But you don't want that. I don't want that person leaving with a sour taste in his mouth towards me or the coin cutter and thinking, well, because I would never do that out of malice. So I mean, it was an increased bid on BBA. So of course, if I'd have seen that, I'd have wanted to take the increased bid. But just the way things went, and I don't want to leave a sour taste. And hopefully, I can put it right when I do. I've not got any Unos left, so I will find some. Typically, when you actually need one, they're quite hard to find.
Yeah,
but I will.
Yeah, like I said, you tried to make it right. BBA tried to make it right. So I mean, that's all you can do, and it's hard. Yeah. Like Nerd UK sort of says, gifts should not count. It's hard. Yeah, I mean, you see like a little cartoon video, you can't really, if you're putting a bid in on something, you got to make it clear that, this is what I'm offering this. It's hard to make an offer with a meme.
I like the gifts when when there's days left on the auction, but when you're on the last 10-second countdown, probably shouldn't be putting gifts in there. You've probably got to put an actual bid so it don't get missed. Because as he's quite 10, 9, 8. I'm counting down. I'm expecting to see an official bid, not a picture. You know what I mean? So maybe at that point, time's a little bit critical for an actual bid in.
Like you said, you tried to make it right, and I know BBA gave him an option to come back too. So, I hope it all works out. I hope he doesn't have a sour taste in his mouth. I know,
Yeah.
I know you tried to do your part and all you could do.
Yeah.
So, Jamie Frost says, thanks to Coin Cutter, I drink more, I eat, i.e., at the beginning, I'd set a goal and have a drink. But with Coin Cutter's advice, I get better. I cut better, meaning I get to my goal quicker and drink more.
Yeah.
Matt Wingate says, how do you start a coin? Getting a first hole in the coin? Or you start from the edge, right?
It all depends on what you're doing. It depends on what design you want to keep. You've got to think when you're cutting a coin, depends which part of the coin you want to preserve. So on your one, I have cut in from the edge because I didn't want to drill a hole anywhere near the frame or the lady because I wanted to keep them intact. So I thought that entering the coin from the with a fine blade from the bottom with a nice fine slit would be the neatest way of preserving everything that's there. But if I ever want to keep the exterior frame intact, I will drill and cut something in the center if I ever want to do that. But on your one, I wanted to preserve the frame and the lady, so there wasn't an option for that. So there's a very small slit at the bottom there you can see.
Yep. Yeah, and then if you drill a hole, then you're losing a little. I mean, not much, but you'd lose a little bit more silver and a little bit more of the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd have to drill a tiny hole or else it'd be visible unless you kind of choose an area where there's like a little curved section.
Yeah.
You can get away with it that way if a little curved corner, say.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly something I do sometimes. With them coins I've done there, I think that the little slit works better. But certainly on some designs I do enter with a drill. And you put a tiny little drill in the coin and then you sort of insert your blade through the hole, and then you're in then, and you can cut whatever you want, keeping the external frame of the coin intact, but working on what you want in the middle. So it all depends what you're trying to get as your final image.
Now, is it harder to do it that way because, like you said earlier, you can't get a good tension on the blade?
Not so bad in that way, because usually if you've drilled a hole, it's bigger than your blade. So you've got, the coin is just sort of, imagine that's my blade. Through the hole, the coin will just look quite dirty, that image I'm doing there, but the coin will just drop up and down the blade. Whereas when you're trying to insert it through a cut, it's that thin that it usually gets stuck somewhere on the coin. So you're trying to tighten it. When you try and tighten it at the top and bottom, that coin's usually stuck in the middle because it's such a fine gap you're trying to insert it to.
Sorry, I had to answer a text. I apologize.
No, you're right.
Makes sense. Well, I saw that earlier. Khalil asked a question. He asked something about Bansky or something.
Oh, yeah, Silver. It was to Silverpunk. Have you ever made a Banksy piece? If you do, I call dibs. I think it was there. It is. I can see it. 446.
What about taking a photo of a Bansky street art into a puzzle, make it a series? Those would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah. I would need Silverpunk's collaboration on that. I need him to do it and me to cut it because I've not got the skill, or I'm not in the right business to make a Banksy image. I don't think. Yeah. So it would be a great thing to do, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Maybe Banksy buy one himself.
There you go. Just seeing if there's any more questions. Silverpunk, you ever make a Bansky piece? If you do, I call dibs. There it was. Yeah. Yes, I have been thinking about it. Here you go. Kalila looking for some extra pieces. Robot Toaster. I think we touched on that a little bit earlier. Robot Toaster says, how many blades do you break per coin?
Yeah, we asked that. We did speak about that one at the start. So I'll just quickly, so I might use one blade on a good day and I might cut 2 jigsaws out of it. The next day I might cut one jigsaw and use 10 blades. Very rarely do I use 10. Or I might use 5 blades, but it varies. It depends what state of mind I'm in. Last night I was working against the clock and I snapped a lot of blades, and I think that was because I was rushing. I was probably putting more pressure on them than I naturally would if I was working at a less pressured pace. So yeah, they're very cheap. They don't cost a lot of money. you know, like I say, sometimes you can go so far with one blade and you can't believe how much cut you've done with one blade. Other days you can snap one straight away. You know when I snap the most blades is when I am in the middle of a cut and I stop and rest the saw down to angle the camera or bloody start recording again. That's when I break most blades. So without the filming, I'd break a lot less blades, but you need the content to get your name out there. So
yeah, just
you
when you restart, right? When you restart the saw. Now, I wonder if that has something to do with the blade maybe cools off or something. And
yeah, I've been thinking that recently. I don't find that when I stop to change my camera that it's the heat that breaks the blade. I find it's more maybe I leave the coin and I've left it on the wrong angle and I go to pick it up again and it breaks. But I do find that if, let's say I've used a saw the day before and I've cut a whole coin with it and the blade's still sharp and still well, and I go to use it again the next day, you can be sawing in a perfectly good fashion. You're not putting any sideward pressure on it, and all of a sudden it goes. And I often think, I wonder whether that's down to the fact that it's been hot, it's got cool, and now it's getting hot again. I have been considering that lately, if that has an effect, because it does seem when you use a blade from the day before that it's significantly weaker. I mean, it will snap at a time when most blades necessarily wouldn't snap.
Makes sense, because like when you heat metal and then cool it and heat it and cool it, it gets changes the composition or whatever.
Yeah, I often think of like Formula One tires when I'm doing that. They've got hot, they've got cold again. They've got hot again. They're not as good.
Yeah.
Do you notice an appreciable difference cutting, like say 999 silver versus sterling or 90%?
I haven't actually cut a lot of 90% or 925. I've cut some, but not enough to notice a difference. I haven't noticed a difference yet. No.
Yeah, I was wondering just if the copper that's included in there makes it harder.
Yeah,
I mean, it does make the alloy harder, but
yeah, I'd possibly have to do it again to compare. I probably haven't done enough lately to notice the difference.
Coin cutter, Jamie Frost, coin cutter. Do you use different blades for copper, nickel? I'm guessing that's what he says, copper, nickel.
Well, I don't actually do a lot of copper, nickel now, Jamie. I mainly stick to silver. But if I do know, I would use the same blades. And Jamie, you know the blades because I've sent some over to Japan for you, so you know very well what these blades are. I mean, I've not really spoke to you much about how you find them since, but I personally think the blades are fantastic, the ones I've sent you. So I hope you like them.
Very nice. See, you're not only teaching them, but you're sending them equipment. Very cool.
Yeah, I think Jamie struggles to get that stuff out where he lives in Japan. So he sent me some money. I ordered some blades and sent them to him, but they're Swiss blades, and you pay a little bit more, but the difference from the British blades that I use is massively different. There is a huge quality difference in using the Swiss blades. Interesting.
Christian Virginia listens in from time to time, and he's admitted that he's tuning in and out. He says, have you ever done a 5 or 10 ounce coin?
I've done a 5 ounce copper coin, which turned out really well, and I've done the 10 ounce Queen's Beast, but not a coin, not a 10 ounce coin. I would really like to do that. That's something that is on my list to do. 10 ounce bar, but not a coin yet. But yeah, definitely on the cards.
Is that Queen's Beast technically a coin though, or?
Yeah, I'd probably say more a bar. I would say. Would you?
Well, yeah, it's in the shape of a bar, but sometimes if it has like a denominational value. I'm not sure if it does or it doesn't.
I don't think it has a value on it. I don't think. Okay. I don't know.
Let me have a gander.
So the copper piece, the round 5 ounce copper piece, what was that piece that you cut out?
I can't remember the image. I can't remember the image now. I think it was an American. I'm sure it had an American eagle on it. It did. It had an eagle on it, and I think on that one, I remember having an eagle on one side. I can't remember what was on the obverse, but it was an eagle, and that was a piece that a customer sent me, and that turned out really nice. I'd never worked on a 5 ounce at that point, and yeah, when it's cut, the copper results are nice. It's just not nice to cut.
I think you're right. I think the Queen's Beast is just, it doesn't have a denomination on it.
Yeah.
Now they make that one in silver too, in a 5 ounce. That'd be a pretty cool one to cut out, though.
Yeah.
Look like it'd be pretty intricate.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like it'd be quite, definitely doable. There's nothing too small on there that I'd worry about. That looks quite a really nice piece. That.
When I looked up Queen's Beast, a Trump round came up, and I thought that funny. If anybody has sent you a Trump round to cut yet?
No, I've not held a Trump round before.
See, now I'm gonna start looking at pieces a little different.
Well, yeah, if you want to add some more to your collection, and you think of an idea, feel free to tell me and send it to me, and I'll work on an idea that you've got.
I don't think Trump will ever be on our money because his head's too big to fit on the coin.
Now, have you done a piece where you've cut out just the Queen?
No, I was saying that earlier. I haven't, not in a silver coin. I always seem to concentrate on the other side, but maybe I really need to do a Queen's portrait. I have done in my early days on regular currency coins, but not on a silver coin. No, for some reason I just always neglect that side. I never really give it a second thought. Maybe I should, because there's a whole other dimension there of coins that people might want because it's got the Queen's head on it. So yeah, maybe something I need to do.
Yeah.
You can do like the different, many different portraits of her for sure.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to see, now I'm looking at stuff differently.
Yeah, you're starting to look at it like, what can I do? Can I cut this up?
I'm like, man, that'd probably be pretty cool. I was looking at where I have a prospector on my desk, but that would be.
Yeah, I'd really like to do the prospector. I've looked at that coin, and someone has asked me to do that for them before. But I couldn't find any at the time. But I would really like to do the prospector. I think that'd be a great thing to cut out, and that is certainly on my list.
Yeah.
Well,
you could order a 2025 and just have it shipped to England.
Yeah, I think that would make a really nice image. It's a real nice picture, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a very.
You should do that, Vegas.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
You could be the first, Vegas. You could have the first.
Yeah,
ever.
They make the new 2025s. Atmex sells them.
Wow, I can't buy from Atmex, can I?
Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
Prospector. I'll just doesn't is Atmex the only one that sells them? No.
I think it's exclusive to them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh geez. Yeah, I think so.
What is that? What is Amex?
Atmex is American Precious Metals Exchange. They're just a big bullion dealer out of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. What is the biggest American?
I think they might be the biggest.
Are they?
Yeah, they probably are.
I mean, they have the widest selection, that's for sure.
It's the prospector. It's something you rarely see. I rarely see on the places that I buy silver from. I've seen them occasionally, but quite rare. It's not too common. Yeah.
What are they running? What are they getting for those?
52.30.
52.30. So that's $6 over.
Yeah, that's steep.
Wait, 52.30 for a small quantity, right? So
yeah.
That's a real nice image. Real nice image.
So what would you cut out? Would you cut out like? Oh wait, go back there. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking at that. I mean, I think that you have to cut that whole section of him in the water out. But yeah,
and that would be appropriate, wouldn't it?
I think so. And then you could probably maybe do it a bit like I've done with your Eagle, where you change the color of the frame and reinsert that back in the middle. I don't know, but there's plenty of options to make with that. I mean, I wouldn't want to maybe not jigsaw it, but yeah, I think some way preserve the center and tone the frame maybe, or even I think that's a real nice image to preserve.
Yeah, you could do the reverse image on that one. Just cut out the circle of the E.
Yeah,
that might be boring though.
Yeah, you cut out the circle of the E, it might cut off his head.
Yeah, I prefer that image. Yeah, the prospector.
And you just cut like around the edge of the water.
Yeah, I would certainly go in and out on the water and make it sort of like a jagged effect, a bit like on your Eagle. If you look around the top of sort of behind her head, it's all sort of up and in and out curves. I would certainly do that around the water.
Now you got me thinking. I might be in touch about that.
You know where I am. Door's always open.
Oh yeah.
Because I have the vintage ones. They run from 19 what year? I have them actually on my desk. Is it 82?
Yeah, 82 to 88, but the 88 I think was just available in proof.
Yeah, I have the 82 to 87. I don't have the
Yeah.
25 yet, but if I do, maybe I get it cut.
What do you both focus on when you're looking at your collecting? What do you both? What is what do you aim for? Anything,
Um,
or are you aiming for certain things?
I've
Me,
switched it up more towards weight now. Like,
Yeah.
my favorite I think is 5-ounce bars.
Mm.
Just for the aspect of the weight.
Yeah.
But that's mainly like for stacking. That's what I do. Would be just 5 or 10-ounce bars.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
just I'm a stacker of opportunity. I say it all the time. When I go into the coin shop and if something's there and it's at a good price, I'll take it.
So when I go to Florida next year, where should I? How can I find a coin shop?
Oh, there's several good ones actually in the Orlando area. I would recommend Oviedo Rare Coins.
Okay.
Okay, they have a brand new shop and they're very reasonably priced. And if you're
I would
familiar with Pirate Stacker,
no.
yeah, Pirate Stacker, that's his home shop.
I will hit you up before I go, so you can just remind me of which ones to try, and I will certainly make some content and buy something while I'm there.
Yeah, no doubt. And I would actually take the trip up and meet you there if you'd
Oh
like.
wow, yeah, okay,
That would be pretty cool.
yeah, that would be cool. I think we should do that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
How far is Orlando from you, blue collar?
Orlando is 2 hours. My wife's up there actually right now. My son just bought a house. He closed yesterday and they're moving in today. He's got
See?
movers coming, moving all his stuff, I guess. And my wife just went up there to kind of help.
See, so
Do
you
you-
could make a double out of it. You could go see the kid and
yeah.
Yeah,
you never
always.
pass up on a coin shop, that's for sure.
Go see the
Never.
kids and meet up with a coin cutter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Now, have you ever done platinum or thought about platinum?
No. I've thought about it as an investment, but never done it. I've looked into it, followed the numbers, but never really got into it. So again, I don't know. I would have to ask people that experience on that. I don't know what kind of metal, platinum is it in terms of strength. Is it going to be thicker, harder? Is it going to be easier? I wouldn't have a clue, but hey, I would try it if someone's got a bit of platinum they want cutting up. No problem.
Robot
I
Toaster
think it would
says,
probably be very similar to gold as far as cutting it goes.
is it softer?
It's pretty close in like when you look at the atomic weight, it's only one off, I think. Platinum's just a little bit heavier, a little denser. As
Robot
far as
Toaster
hardness goes, though, I don't know.
Yeah, Robot Toaster says it's hard. I thought it was harder too. I don't know. Do you use a lower TPI blade for bigger coins or bars?
No. I've got a size that I use for pretty much everything. The only time I really go and change that is if I've got something that's really intricate, needs really fine cutting. On BBA's Una, I actually really dropped it down a few grades on the blade, which made it very thin. But I really wanted. I wanted. It's like I said, maybe because the mirrored finish, you've got no room for any gaps on the jigsaw frame. So most of the time, I use the same saw for 95% of the work I do.
That makes it that simplifies it a little bit.
Yeah. I've sort of found what I'm comfortable with. I've found a happy medium where it's sort of not too thick, not too thin. It's sort of like that nice sort of in between size that just sort of works for everything.
Jamie Frost says, "My American brethren, what do you think about coin cutter's accent?" I don't really give it too much thought of accents. People say we have them too, so it's just one of those things. My wife actually says I have an accent sometimes, so
Have you had any trouble understanding me?
not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Because I do find when I do go to the States or I'm around American people on cruises, for example, I find that a lot of them do find me hard to understand. But in them scenarios, I'm probably talking not as I'm obviously trying to speak a little bit clearer now because I'm on camera. You know, when I'm doing my TikToks, I try and speak a bit clearer for everyone. Maybe when I'm, you know, when I'm rolling around the cruise ship and I've had a few drinks, maybe I'm not that easy to understand.
Yeah, that could be. A good friend of mine is from Liverpool, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
If I can understand him, I can
Yeah.
understand anybody.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. I'm glad you can. I'm glad you. If anyone's having any trouble understanding me, I'm sorry, but hopefully not.
Don't
No.
apologize. You're fine. I
Yeah,
deal with people from all
absolutely.
over the world, so I hear all sorts of accents.
But that was a concern of mine coming on here. I thought, oh, I wonder whether they'll have any problems with my accent. I did consider that.
Do you think it's odd that it's the Queen's English, right? You're speaking the mother language, and you're worried about us understanding you?
Yeah, but I don't think that where I'm from, I don't think we speak very good Queen's English. We are very common where I'm from. We take a lot of letters out of words.
Yeah.
You know, for example, if I was to say, well, you guys would say water, wouldn't you? And people in England would say water, but people from Leicester, where I'm from, would say water. They'd take the T and the D out completely. Water. That's bad, isn't it? How bad is that?
There's
Nah,
a
I was
lot of
talking
that.
to
I think it's
family or
actually
people
pretty
from my
cool.
area. I would say, grab me some water. Yeah.
Grab me some water, mate.
Yeah, grab us some water, mate. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we really take letters out of our words. And yeah, I'm from Leicester. But I would say Leicester. Leicester.
Well,
That's how I would say
in Liverpool, they would say, "Grab me some water, mate."
it.
They got a little inflection in it.
Yeah. And they would say Liverpool. That's what they would say.
Oh, Chris in Virginia says, "Have you ever talked to someone from the hills of West Virginia?" Yeah,
Possibly, but I don't think so.
there's many accents in the U.S. for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys got a lot, but we've got a lot here for such a small country. The difference in going from one side of this country or the top to the bottom, the difference from Scotland to I don't know Cornwall, Devon, the difference is huge. Or Brighton, or our accents in such a small area are so different. There's so many changing.
So, in your opinion, where is the most proper accent?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say somewhere quite posh, like Wiltshire or something. Surrey. I don't know.
Where
I do
they,
like accents. So accents do fascinate me a little bit. I do love an accent. Yeah, I like trying to work out where someone's from, or taking little bits of, I do enjoy an accent.
I kind of like the where they say like here. Where is that?
Where?
Would that be like where they pronounce like they say here, like here,
Yeah.
here?
I'd probably say that.
Like London.
I would imagine if someone said here, they would. I don't know. They could be from a lot of places. I imagine the Welsh would definitely say here like that, or even up north, the northeast. I would imagine would say something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. That it's hard for me to try and work out what English accent you're doing with an American accent.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
can you? That's a great question. Can you do an American?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm a bit on the spot now, though.
All right, come on, you got to do it.
Okay, come on, we can do American. I can talk a little bit like that. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That was good.
Not bad.
I do like accents. Yeah, and then
I find that most people that do accents that English or anybody for that matter, they always go right to the stoner. They're always like, "Hey, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up, brah?
What's up, dude?"
Nerd UK says, "Hey."
If I had to, I'll try and do what Nerd UK said in a Liverpool accent. Hey, what's wrong with our Liverpool accent? I think
what's wrong with our Liverpool accent, man?
Hey, what's wrong with our Liverpool accent?
Come on, we'll go to the pub and have some scouse.
You what, lad?
And a couple of pints.
Is Bab must be a Liverpool thing?
No, that's a Birmingham thing for babe. Nothing bab. Oh, it is though. I eat all. That's how they speak out there. That's how Silverpunk talks. They do that, don't they? That's how they talk.
You guys probably have a great night in those card nights that you have. You ever
I've
get into
not
that?
been to card nights yet. No, I'm not a poker
Oh, I
player.
can imagine that's got to get out of hand.
It seems like
You
they have
Busy
fun.
man.
got everybody drinking a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like they have fun, but I wouldn't know how to play poker. I imagine you do, Vegas, living where you do. You must know how to play poker.
I don't really play poker. I mean, I have and I know how to, but I don't.
Yeah.
Um,
I've done it a little bit, but it bores the hell out of me.
Yes, but
Now,
again,
wait
like
a
we were saying
minute.
earlier.
Wait a minute. Don't you own a poker table and your own custom poker chips?
I did have my own poker table and I got rid of it, and that's because we used to have like house games. Just people come over, we play poker, and it was a reason to eat, drink, and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that was just yeah. I mean, I know how, but it's not like I don't go play poker too often or at all. Actually, I
Yeah.
haven't went and played poker in years. I
Well,
had a friend in
that's my
town the one
favorite
time.
game.
God, it's so boring. Oh my God. Ugh. I
Yeah.
had a friend in town the one time and it was like the end of his trip and he was broke and um he just wanted to watch the horse races and I went and played a poker tournament at the one casino and it was like I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours and like the top prize was like I would have made like $100 and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Not that $100 is anything to shake a stick at, but when I'm sitting there for like 6 hours, like listening to these people's stories and I'm just like I'm not sure this is worth $100. It's just
Well, I mean, in fairness, though, you're kind of sick of people, so that has something to do with
oh
it.
yeah, I am sick of people, that's for sure.
I remember one time when I did come to Vegas, I went. I wasn't really. I like now. I don't play a lot of card games, and I just needed to sit down at this point. There's a lot of walking to do in Vegas, isn't there? And I'd stopped at the Circus, and this it was quite quiet in there. And this lady said, "Sit at this." She asked me to play blackjack, and I said, "I don't really know how to play it." And she said, "Sit here," and she said, "I will tell you how to play this game." And I was listening to her every move. She'd stick, twist, or do it. She had built me up quite a chunk of quite a pile of chips. And then she said to me, "Right now, I'm going to play properly." Within minutes, they was all gone. Yeah, within minutes that pile was gone. I felt at that point, I thought I want to walk away now, but I didn't have the balls to walk away after she'd helped me get my pile so high. But she took it off me very quick.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. Gambling's a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down. Hardest part's getting up. You were walking around and you were at Circus.
Yeah, so I must. I don't know. I was, when you're walking around in Vegas, everything is a lot of walking, isn't it? It's so much walking. I don't know how I ended up there. Maybe I'd gone from one because my hotel was at the opposite end. I was at the Luxor, so a lot of walking to get to Circus.
Holy cow!
That's a very long walk.
Yeah, and I was in flip flops that day, so I was ready for a sit down. Yeah,
So that's the farthest apart you can get, pretty much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And Circus is not an area you want to be walking around.
I was trying to find the reason I was walking that far up that end of the strip. I was trying to find the that gold and silver pawn shop. You know, the one off TV.
It is in that area. Yeah, it is in that area too.
I never found it. I never found it. I did ask someone in the area, but no one sort of could understand my accent. So I just gave up and went to Circus and had to sit down.
You weren't far from it. It's like almost right across the street from there, I think. Maybe a little bit farther up, maybe a little farther north, but it's not far from there.
Next time I will make
close to the Strat.
Yeah. Circus and the Strat, they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good area. Oof.
I love Vegas. Like we were saying earlier, you live there, so it's a bit different. But coming to the Vegas as a visitor is great. What a place to go! I desperately want to go again.
Vegas is a good time. It is fun. There's a lot to do out here. It's fun. It's not bad. It's a good place.
Yeah, if you're gonna come, I highly recommend coming when the coin shop is in town. The coin show, rather. Coin show. It's a good coin show. It's not a huge show, but it's just the right size. You can get through it in a couple days. You can get through it in one day, really.
Yeah.
Well, the coin show.
Yeah.
Where do they hold the coin show?
Like a little convention hall type thing. It's at a casino, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just like a ballroom. They have probably 100 different vendors.
Wow.
It's a good size, especially when you're not used to coin shows and everything.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
One of the things I really want to do in not so much in America at the minute, but I really want to do a coin show here in the UK, and I want to be sort of set up with a display of coins behind me, and I want to be sat at the front cutting coins, because I know that I'd get a lot of people stopping and draw a lot of attention, and hopefully they'd buy a lot of the products I have behind me. But so far, I just don't seem to ever be able to build up enough stock, because anything I make, I sell, and I would seriously need to build up a lot of stock to go and do a coin show. But that is just something I really want, a live coin cut, so people would walk by and see what I was doing.
Oh, that would be a big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
That
get a
would-
lot of attention.
Yeah,
That
I
would
think
that would
it'd be
kill it. That'd
big.
be awesome.
Yeah, maybe have like a camera on it and then project it on, onto a TV screen a bit bigger behind me so people can see it. And I think that'd be really cool. That's something I really, really, really want to do, and I will do one day. I've just not done it yet, but it's something that's on the cards.
You might get a little negative attention from some of the old timers,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, you do.
You know, they're like,
Yeah,
"What are
you
you
do.
doing?" Arr."
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, though. When we were saying earlier that you need some competition sometimes to do well. You also probably need a bit of that. Like on the content, when you're producing content, you got a lot of that. People, some people are happy and appreciate what you do. Some people are not happy with what you're doing. But again, you
Yeah.
need the negative comments as much as you need the positive comments.
Any publicity
sure.
is good publicity, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys have found it yourself, but I've certainly found any negative content I post does better than the happy stuff. Anything where I've messed up or done something wrong, or I've made a mistake on a coin, and that gets so much more attention than when I've done a perfect coin. It's
Yeah.
a bit of a sad world, but that is what does well.
Yeah, it is crazy how that works. But yeah, you
Yeah.
need a little negative so you know the positive. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Liquid-
definitely gravitate to the negative.
Yeah, they do.
Liquid Metals UK is going to be at this coin show this upcoming month, next month. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, I wonder- Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's making the trip across the pond with his stuff.
Oh, from the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Liquid Metals UK. Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, wow. Liquid Metals UK.
Now, who
No,
is he's sharing a table with somebody? Who was it? It's gonna
I think
kill
he
me.
I think he just had was he just one who had the Pokemon thing in the auction in Stackers Social this week. That was cool.
Yes. That was. Did
That
he
was
tell
Liquid Metals
me?
UK, wasn't it? I think it was.
Oh, is it OC?
No.
Stacking Surfer or something? No. Who the heck is
I
it?
can't think of it now. He's sharing a table with somebody. Ah, shit.
It's gonna pop to you.
It's gonna bug me.
Yeah. If
OC
anybody
is
knows,
doing-
put it up there.
OC is doing it. Might do a table with someone else. I can't remember who Liquid Metals said he was going to do a table with. Oh, here we go. Fish Show. Absolute love coming over there. Customers in the U.S. Effort. Love Michael. Always been a blast. I don't know who Michael is. Whoever Michael is. He made a comment about it on Stacker Social, but I can't find it.
Mm.
I messaged him a little bit, but I didn't get back to me with who he said. Jamie Frost says, Coin Cutter, give me a challenge. What should I cut next?
Well, it's hard, Jamie, because I don't know your collection. But what's the challenge? Cut the Britannia out. Cut the Lady Britannia out. That's a challenge, because that's a hard one to cut, because her trident, you've got to really be perfectly straight to not cut into that trident. It's hard to get the trident looking good. And to go in and out the trident at the top, that's a challenge. And before you even get to that, because I always go sort of from the bottom, I go to the right, the trident being on the left, I go past the shield. I find it easier to start on the shield, go around the top of the Britannia. Then you've got to cut her hair out. That's quite hard to do fine turns, cut the Britannia's hair out, and then go under her arm, back round the trident, cutting in the trident, and then going that straight line down the trident. That's a challenge. That is a real challenge. Yeah, don't forget above the shield as well. Don't cut that flower off she's holding in her hand. You need to keep that on there as well. So yeah, some challenging cuts in that, but it's a very rewarding ending when you've done it.
Yeah,
And then
it looks
and
very
sometimes you can-
intricate.
and then sometimes you can drill under her armpit, drill a little hole under there, and then you can cut the inside of the trident out as well. So again, you've got to make sure both your cuts on the trident are perfect, because it's so noticeable if you get that wrong.
Yeah, it must turn out pretty thin too.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the few times I use a file is when I've cut that trident out, because you know it's so thin to make sure any imperfections you might need to file out on that, because it's best to go a little bit bigger, Jamie, than too small and you cut inside the trident. You're best to go slightly bigger and file a little bit down.
That does look like a hard one.
Yeah, you need a very thin blade, thinner than what I've sent you, Jamie, to go inside that trident. I use a 0.5, mate, to go inside that trident.
I mean, with the hair?
Yeah, the hair is very difficult, and inside that trident is really hard.
Yeah.
But rewarding when you've done it.
And then that trident's so thin too, right?
Yeah, so thin. There's no room for error on that. And I even go, you know, if you go down a little bit underneath the bottom of a helmet on the right-hand side and the right shoulder, I even go inside there and cut. So if you go up into the back of her head, the back of her neck, cut that area out as well. That's a challenge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I never really studied it in looking at it that way, to like how you would have to cut it. I mean, I just look at the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But I never really looked at it like that.
Yeah.
And you're flip it around and cut this out.
That's something I've really not done much of, and I should do, because it's such a great portrait.
Yeah.
And that would be to me, that would be significantly easier than the Britannia on the back.
I imagine so. Yeah, that Britannia, that looks tough.
Yeah, it is. But a lovely coin to cut, and my nice work.
It's almost like I look at it and like think it's a shame to cut it, but it's what you do, and I'm not trying to.
No, you're right.
But
yeah, that one thing I like to do on them, and I did show you earlier, and this is only a 1/10 Britannia, but I like to cut out the Britannia perfect. You can see it. See, look how I've cut the trident out there. It's not focusing very well. I cut the trident out there with a on a 1/10. So imagine how hard it was on the 1/10. It's hard enough to get that trident looking like that on a 1/10 is hard.
Yeah, that is.
I do that with an ounce, and it's a lot easier than that. But this is a 1/10 that I set in resin, and I call these the exploded Britannias.
That is cool.
Yeah. So on a 1/10, it's a little bit. So if you want a real challenge, Jamie, do it on a 1/10, because that is an extreme challenge.
Yeah, I was just looking through a bunch of bags of stuff that I haven't put on my spreadsheet yet, and I found a couple of 1/10 Britannias that I forgot I had.
There you go. You got to cut it. Cut your one.
No way.
Let me know how that works out.
No, I don't have those kind of patience, man. I don't have that skill set. No way.
ABA tells him to do a sovereign. Nerd UK says you forget just how good a Britannia is. It's a beauty. It is a beauty, and that's sort of beauty. That sort of even brings it out even more when you cut it, I think.
And I think one of the things I get to do is, because of what I do, I see that beauty in probably more dimensions than most people do, because I'm studying that. Every time I'm cutting that, I'm studying them lines, and I really do see how beautiful that coin is. And I see it on a lot of coins. I probably see more than most people would see with just the naked eye. Like I'm really looking at every fine detail. How can I cut that? How would I cut that? That'd make a great cutout, wouldn't it? That really would. And I've got one sat here, so it really would look good.
Yeah, that trident would be a lot easier than the Britannia.
Yeah, that would be a doddle.
Yeah.
How much is that bar?
529. It's got 529 over spot.
Oh, is that how they do it?
So it says total price 515, and then it does show the premium over spots 529.
Wow, can you imagine?
But you get free shipping.
Oh, okay.
I I remember trying to make orders big enough to get free shipping. Now it's like a 5-ounce bar and you're there.
Exactly.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, I remember watching a video not long ago. It was a little video. The guy said he had $100 bill in his hand, and he said, when I first started stacking, I could get 7 eagles for this $100 bill. And then it became 6, and then 5. Now it's 3, and pretty soon it will be 2. And here we are. We're at a point where 2 eagles is going to cost you $100 bill.
Yeah.
You know, how long is it going to be before it's 1 eagle for 100?
Yeah.
Or look, I mean, you can get this badass Britannia.
That has been my most successful product. I think that was this one we spoke about earlier. I've had the most highs and the most lows, but I'm really proud of that work. That is a jigsaw, and every piece is toned to a different color. If you start from the left and go down, and then back up through the middle, then back down on the right, that's the order of the toning. So it starts off light, and then a gold, and then a bit darker, then gold and purple, then purple and blue, and then it finishes off with the blues. It's such a nice. Yeah, I'm really proud of that work, and
Nice.
I wish I had one here to show you, but I posted several of them today. I posted 6 of them today, and I wish I'd have kept one to show to the camera, but the postal office is closing in England on Sunday, so I wouldn't have been able to post it tomorrow if I didn't do it.
Colors you get out of that that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that work.
I think Vegas, you should hit the buy it now and just put my address in for shipping.
Buy it now for your shipping? No.
Yeah, please. Just my address, put it in there.
No.
It would be kind of cool for the show.
It would be. It would
good
be
content. Nice. Good content. Watch you buy a coin live.
Great content. I'll buy it live. It's going to mine.
Oh, good. I'll just pick it up when I see you in October.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, the website is very new to me. I don't know if I'm totally happy with it, but it's something. It's there, a place for people to look at my stuff. But it's a working process. That coin is actually your coin there as well, Vegas.
Yeah,
that is your coin. That picture is taken of the one you own.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
really,
it is. Like
how do you photograph the toning like that? Because I can never.
I took that one out into the garden to get the sunlight.
Oh, natural light.
It needed the natural light. That one. That is all of my other photographs are taken inside the house, but that one I thought it just needs that sunshine to make it pop, and it does pop.
It does, yeah, big time.
In person, it's stunning.
Yeah.
I want that one with the eagle.
I'm gonna do it. I promise you, I will do that. I promise you. That's on my list now.
Maple, nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, so you jigsawed the leaf?
Yeah. Really cool. And it's not on the website, but I've done one where I've jigsawed the leaf and then toned the frame. So the tone is like, a purple color like yours, Vegas, but the inside is 4-piece jigsaw, but still shiny silver.
You know what would look cool? A reverse proof.
Yeah.
Cutout.
I have to send them one.
I think I got one right here next to my bag here.
See, now you got it.
Somewhere I got one somewhere. I just bought one the other day.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 2 hours, over 2 hours. I need a nap.
Yeah, and I got a business to attend to, and I'm sure you do as well.
And I'm sure the Coin Cutter has work as he's at his day job on the weekend.
No, I'm not here. I've only come in here to use my computer and the silence away from the children. I'm not working here today. I've got the keys, so I thought I'd come in here and use the quiet. I wouldn't have been able to do this at home with the children, so yeah, that's why I came here. But yeah, I've got some coins to do. Craven is waiting for me to do some work for something for him. Silverpunk is waiting for me to do something for him. I'm away on Monday and Tuesday, so I need to try and get it done tonight. Yeah, because otherwise they're going to be waiting till towards the end of next week, and I don't want them to have to wait that long. So yeah, I've got more to catch up on.
Are you cutting out a caravan?
No, I'm cutting out something that Punk has poured for him.
Nice.
I won't say no more than that. I'll let him reveal when he gets it. But yeah, a bit of a punk
Punk,
coin cut
Punk
collaboration.
Portama Caravan that you're cutting out. We you heard it here, folks.
Thanks for having me so much, guys. I've really enjoyed it, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, glad
appreciate you
you
taking your
came in. It
time.
was great.
Yeah, thanks for the
We
invite.
we know you're busy, so we appreciate you taking the time to do it for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome work, and I will definitely be looking for more pieces. The Silver Punk and Coin Cutter pieces, I will definitely keep an eye out for.
Yeah. Keep your eye out. There's plenty of stuff in the pipeline. There's some nice things coming through.
Very nice. And if
Awesome.
anybody
Great to
wants to reach out to Coin Cutter for some custom pieces, you can check out his website, which I will put a link for.
Yeah, I think there's an inquiry page on there where you can submit any questions you've got. But failing that, just message me on the Coin Cutter TikTok or the Coin Cutter YouTube. I'll answer a message on anything.
There you go. Even easier. Very nice. Thank you very much for taking your time. Greatly appreciate it. Great work. Thank you for the piece. It is awesome. It is definitely in my deep stack. I will never get rid of it. And it is always on display on my desk. So
brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Blue Collar, I'll hit you up when I'm heading to Florida.
Oh, absolutely. Please do. I would love to meet you.
Yeah, and you can tell me where to go and buy some stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of cool shops in that area. I'll take you around to them.
Yeah, I'll be going there in May next year. I'll be there.
Awesome.
So he can hand deliver. He can hand deliver your cutout eagle.
Yeah, anything you want, get me to bring it with me. It'll save you shipping.
There you go.
Or I can bring the sword and we'll do it together.
Oh, that's even better. I can film it.
I don't know if my partner will let me bring the saw. She's quite fed up with the saw, to be honest.
Or you can send it back with them, and then you just have to pay one-way shipping.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm gonna head out, but thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for all the questions.
Appreciate you coming in. Awesome.
Very awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm telling you, if you get a piece, it's addicting. I want another one. They're freaking cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, it fascinates me because now that I've seen yours, I can't wait to actually see it in person.
Yeah, I'll bring it to the show and show you. It's stunning.
Yeah. Pretty damn cool. And is that's in a capsule, right? So you don't have to worry about like.
Yeah. Yep.
But you're not afraid to handle it.
No, not at all.
I mean, the tone part is no big deal, but I'd worry about the getting fingerprints on the Lady Liberty,
She's all right. I hold it by the edges.
There you go.
For the most part.
Yep.
I usually keep it in the capsule. I just take it out for pictures out of because you got to split it up to show like the uniqueness of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, it would just look like maybe it was taped off and toned,
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing is unreal.
Almost need, I don't know, like, I don't know how to display it to show that it's cut,
Yeah.
I know it's cut. So
you know what you got to do? You got to 3D print some kind of a case for it, right? That has like a circle and then just a slot that you could put the Liberty in behind it, so she stands up behind it.
Yeah.
No charge for that idea, by the way.
Just gotta print it out for me. Just create it. Hey, Great Lakes Joe in the house.
I saw that. Hey, Great Lakes.
Good to see you. It is his busy time of year. This is his busy time of year and the time that he usually gets to buying silver. And it just happens to be the price is going nuts.
Right. Yeah. The highest price in 15 years. 14 years, rather.
Chris in Virginia said he's going to check out Coin Cutter's website. There's not a whole lot on there right now, but it's a work in progress, he said. So definitely cool pieces. He's out shrink wrapping boats right now, taking a break, listening to us. Nice.
Awesome. You could listen even while you're shrink wrapping.
It's probably hard to hear. Man, I just saw my wrap on my bundle of Goldbacks is ripping.
Uh-oh. I got plenty of wraps. I can send you one.
I'd leave it out on my desk, and I think I've dropped it a couple. I think I dropped it at least once. So
Didn't you? Eventually, you're going to have to get rid of those, aren't you? Or are you
I
going to
don't
keep the
know.
bundle? You going to keep it?
I'm having a hard time getting rid of it. Like it's cool, you know. You got a bundle of Goldbacks.
Yeah, it's like I imagine that you probably make it rain every once in a while with those.
Yeah, you know, I'm in the office. I just throw them up in the air, you know. Well, it's funny because me with my Goldback holders, and I just got like Goldbacks laying on my desk,
Exactly.
and I
Hey,
got
how many Goldbacks will that holder hold? It sounds like a nursery rhyme.
how many holder will a holder hold
How many
Goldbacks? I don't
Goldbacks
know.
will a Goldback holder hold?
I don't
I
know.
estimated about 20 to 25.
I don't know.
Probably
I have a stack
25.
of Goldbacks right here, and I have a Goldback holder.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna find out here live, right? On live TV.
Yeah, I was thinking 25 would be comfortable, but
Just keep
maybe.
stuffing them in there.
Oh, you doing it now?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you got
Trying
more
to.
Goldbacks, more than that pack.
I told you I got a whole. They're all laying on my desk.
Yeah, but I didn't know you had more than 25 others.
Um. Yeah. Well, I had bought some before, and then what you had sent me. So this fits comfortably. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, 26. So yeah, like 25 fits in there nicely.
Nice.
I could make them fatter if you need to. You need them to hold more. You make one to hold stacks.
Stacks of Goldbacks.
You make them one to hold this. Big,
Okay,
fat.
I got them on my Whatnot shop.
Very nice. I think that's what I got them on mine for. Humble keeps saying that he wants them. I said, well, they're in my Whatnot store then if you want them. I've offered enough. Sandy Millington, thank you, appreciate it. Great live, guys, and great guests. See you next week. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate you being here.
Got my meditating aliens on there too.
Jamie Frost, thank you. Coin Cutter, send me the measurements I need to make the box. Oh, what did my brother say? I'm gonna have to hit up my LPS with these high prices. I'm sure they have people selling off, and I can find some good stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Local pawn shop down here at the pawn shop. My desk is a mess. I swear I just cleaned my desk off and it's a mess again. I have more Goldback holders for you. I printed them up and I need to do the lids. I
Oh
forgot how
yeah.
many. I forgot how many I've sent you so far. 80?
No, you sent. Well, if you said there were 70 in that box you just sent me, and you sent me 20 previous, so that's 90.
Oh, okay. You might want to count them in that box. I'm pretty sure there's 70, but you might want to count them.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I think I took 4 out, but I think I put 4 back. So
Okay, I'll count them. Don't matter. Whatever.
sent you 20 before?
I thought you said. Oh no, maybe it was 10. You're right. It was 10.
2,
You,
5, 6.
yeah,
I thought
no,
it
it
was.
was. It was 10, 20 each on the aliens is what it was.
That's what I thought.
20 each on the aliens and 10 Goldback holders. So that's 80 total. I got a list. I got a list somewhere.
I packaged up your aliens and I was going to throw them in that box, but there was no room. It was all holders. They made it okay?
Oh yeah, everything was good.
Okay. Cool.
All right, listen, I got to jump off.
Me too. Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Next Saturday, we will have a representative from Goldbacks. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Very cool. Very cool. Monday, I am not sure yet. Still up in the air for that. So,
Yeah, I may or may not make it Monday. I got reservations for a show on Monday.
oh yeah, no worries. Maybe we
So
take
I'm
Monday
not,
off. I wouldn't mind having a Monday off.
yeah, that'd be cool.
No, I can't take a Monday off. You didn't take a Monday off when I wasn't there. So we'll
Don't
figure it
base
out.
it on that.
Take a Monday off, and I'll figure. Maybe I'll have Silver State on,
There
or
you
somebody.
go.
I'll find
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. See if Dub C wants to come in. Silver
Or Dub
State,
C.
Dub C. Maybe both. Both.
Maybe both. Maybe all the above.
All of the above.
Maybe I'll just have a stage dive.
Stage dive Saturday morning. Oh no, that's Monday night.
Monday night.
I'm gonna be
mayhem.
watching stage dive tomorrow. I'm gonna try and jump up on stage.
There you go. Nice. There you go. Maybe my brother will come in on Monday. That'll work.
There
You
you
guys
go.
won't know which one of us is talking. That'll be perfect.
Exactly. That's gonna be fun.
All right, brother, get to work. Everybody will talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you on Monday. Blue Collar is going to enjoy a trip without you guys.
Yeah, I might pop in just to say hello, but other than that,
Yeah,
I'll probably be out of the mix on Monday.
no worries at all. All right,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you for hanging. Appreciate you.
Thanks, everybody. Nerd, I got your video coming soon. I have actually opened the package. I'll be honest, but I didn't look at the stuff. But I had
Don't let him lie to you.
I peeked. I'm not lying. There's a white bag inside the pink bag. And I did not go into the white bag yet.
Whoa.
So,
All right, guys. We will catch you on, or I'll catch you on Monday. Blue Collar will be back next Saturday. I think. Maybe. Maybe not.
yes,
We'll find out.
I will be.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Bye-bye.